The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody, it's me, the Macho Savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the Macho King.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the you Gandon Giants, come on. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Spoonever Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday night, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous Taking the Road Warriors leading the drum. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch, because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this. When the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing, the international rock star way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash, and thank you very much.
Trash Talking Radio Show, Tuesday night, the best night of the week, especially when things work. Not necessarily today, but we're a little bit behind thanks to technology not cooperating. And it's hard to believe that technology didn't cooperate today.
I think it was operator failure.
It might be. It could be, but it could be someone that wasn't here on time. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to blame you. So there. Let's see which that's got to be.
I was only 15 minutes late.
15 minutes is 15 minutes. We're 20 minutes late. We're 24 minutes late going on the air, so that means 15 minutes is your responsibility, and so the rest is mine. It's good to see you in the studio.
Yeah, I'm here and live.
Yes, and you don't really need an earpiece, but I do. Got to make sure that people can hear us. Oh wait, I can't hear us. Why can't I hear us? Why should I? Why isn't that working? That's weird. My earpiece always works. It's not working. Huh. What is going on? Well, it's working. I know it's working because I can hear it out of that speaker. So I got to figure out why it's not working in my earphones, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you're here, I'm here. I see the VU meters working, so I know that something's, and I see it working there too. So that means it's got to be working. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing okay.
It's good to
be in Pennsylvania.
It's good to see you.
A nice sunny day.
Get to see you more than once in a.
Should have been 3 times. I really want to apologize not making it to your.
See what's in the background. Oh, wait, that's in the background. So you didn't see what's in the background. I guess I'm the only one that sees that yet. I want to know why my volume's not working, though, because that's weird. Oh, I know why it's not working. I'll bet you it works now. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can hear it.
There you go.
Yeah, it helps when you turn the right things on.
Like I said, operator error.
Yeah, you know. Now it's too loud. Now I'm hurting my ears. Anyway, yeah, this is so I got to see you on Friday.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. You got to actually see the wrestling business close up in person.
And in person.
Yes, and what are your thoughts on?
Well, from watching it on TV to watching it live, the athleticism is amazing.
Yes, we have some really great athletes.
Yes.
That promotion thrives on the best of the best, and everybody tries to outwork everybody, and that's the cool thing about it. And this week's going to even be a slightly better, and next week is going to even be better because we have our big show next week.
Well, the other thing that impressed me was almost all the wrestlers, at least the ones that came in early, not the ones that came in towards the end, they didn't have time, came up and introduced themselves and said, "Hi, I'm glad you're here." I mean, the whole thing was so friendly.
The people I have that, and you notice that their personalities in person are different than their personalities in the ring.
Absolutely. I got to see them wrestling, helping each other on the loose, trying to time things.
It
was incredible.
It's something that I was addicted to from an early age, and then when I became closer to everything, when I got into the business, it fascinated me, the things I learned about the business, and being in the business for 20 some years, you're never not learning, because the personality, and now I'm in a different position I was back then. Back then I was just basically a manager and stuff. Now I've done every part of the business. I've done booking, I've done wrestling, I've done reffing, I've done managing, I've done every aspect, promoting. I've done all the aspects of the business, and it's really fun. I prefer actually and commentating now, but I prefer being up in the spotlight, and I got to do that this weekend too. I got to be the moderator.
Moderated.
Yes, and then I called the one guy the wrong name, but it's okay, and I got to see Johnny Cashmere back there again. I haven't seen him for probably almost 2 months. And he came back stronger than ever, and he was sounding good. I mean, everything was going good with with that stuff, and I got a great crew of people. I mean, the people that I work with are all fun and enjoy the lifestyle, and all they can do is just be better and better. And what more can you ask for?
Now the crowd is different.
The crowd is different from a WWE place, but they're very enthused, and they. And
they hate certain wrestlers.
Yes,
and they let them know it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I used to hear that all the time when I was going to the ring. I was not a fan favorite most of the time.
Well, I remember getting into it with rollerblade, not rollerblading. What is it when what's it called? Roller. When they go around the rink.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, anyhow.
Yeah. You did that?
No, but I watched it. I used to go to the farm show arena every Saturday.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal back then. I don't know. I think they still do events now, but I don't think it's as big as it was then.
No, it wasn't.
But that was one of the things that made wrestling big, was that people were into the violence of all that. And did you have a favorite person that you liked watching?
I can't remember now, but in wrestling it was Chief J. Strongbow. He was my favorite.
Yeah.
And Andre the Giant.
His name was Joe Scarpa.
Okay.
Chief J. Strongbow. He was Italian. I hate to break that to you.
Okay.
I hate it when I found that out. It's like, what? What? You can't be Italian.
But yeah, I watched wrestling on TV when I was younger, and
he used to make fun of me when I watched it as an adult. I think it's funny.
Now, my grandson went to Chicago 2 weekends ago and saw the elimination.
That's cool. He
Saw
went
it
to
in
the
person.
elimination. Oh,
He is a huge wrestling fan, wants to grow up to be a wrestler. So he tells me he doesn't want to do math because he wants to grow up to be a wrestler.
Tell him you have to do calculations in the ring. You got to figure out the calculations of where you can be and stuff.
He also tells me he doesn't want to spell because he has spell check. So, and he's 8 years old, and this is what he's throwing at me. I say, well, you got to get the word close enough for spell check to work.
I hope sometime you can. It'd be nice if you could bring him.
Well, he's coming in July, and if I can arrange,
that would be fun.
I'm going to have him go down with you on Friday night.
That would be fun.
If I can arrange it, him and his dad, would you take him and his dad
I'd take all of you.
Okay.
I'd take all of you, man.
I may not be here, so you just take.
Where are you
going to
be?
I have to be home watching the dogs because the whole family's coming.
Oh.
So somebody has to stay behind. So
wow. Well,
unless
I'd take
put him in a kennel.
I would take him. I think I would love to see his face when he sees this stuff.
Which one, Dad, who loves wrestling too, or son?
Well, Dad's probably more.
You'll have a ton of talking to do in that 2-hour ride.
Oh, I'm sure.
Both are wrestling nuts.
The thing is, it's being there live is a lot different than TV.
Yes,
I mean, you're part of it. You got to scream out the different things. You got to love people. You got to hate people, and the thing that we're trying to be is family friendly, and that's hard for wrestling because when you're a wrestler, you tend to want to be a little more hardcore. And like this weekend, I'm glad you didn't come for this weekend coming up because this weekend and next weekend are going to be a little more violent. We're going to use a casket again this weekend, or one of these weekends. Going to use a casket again next weekend. Or is it this weekend? I don't know. One of the 2 weekends, and then I got to return it.
The other thing that impressed me was all the tech that was there. I mean, these guys, you told me that these guys break up the video and they put it into their own.
Did you like the animation in the beginning?
Yes.
You got to see. Did I show you the one with me in it?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll have to show. I could play that on our show because I actually have it. I think on my cloud. So that'll be fun. And it's a community.
It is.
And
that's what I saw too.
The people that love this, you'll see them there every week.
I mean, all the way from the people selling the snacks.
Yes.
All the way to the wrestlers and you guys that were promoting it and doing commentary.
Yeah. And it's really...
It's a family.
It is. And everybody knows everybody. That's the nice thing about a smaller promotion is that you have a chance to actually talk to the wrestlers. You have a chance to shake hands with the wrestlers. It's just it's really a fun, it's live theater, and you're right there on the stage. So I'm glad you had a good time.
I was very impressed at the production quality.
And you probably thought, he's probably just exaggerating a bit.
I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect what I got. What I got was so much better than I could have expected.
Well, we all of us have over 100 years of experience if you add the four of us together. And we've been to the best and the worst promotions, all of us. And one of the promotions that is, you saw SPO, and SPO is our brand. We created that brand from the ground up. Now, a lot of those SPO guys are also in PWU, which is also our brand. That's our premium brand. and like Tarzan and the back seats and all that. They're our backbone of our company.
Well, that Tarzan, I thought he was just incredible.
He's insane. He's insane. The stuff he comes up with, it's insane. He's the guy that did the animation, and I can't stress how much I appreciate these guys, because when I was younger, if there was a place like this, there was nothing like this. The technology wasn't there. It really wasn't. We were one of the first to, my one partner was one of the first to stream live events to the internet. And that was probably 10 years ago. And, I was one of the first people to stream a video radio show too. So, and it was because of him that I did that, because he told me what software he uses and all that stuff, and I'm using the same stuff he's using. And I had to keep asking, how do you do this? How do you do that? And then I started figuring the stuff out. And, ever since then, we have been groundbreakers. You know me, I've always been into tech stuff.
Yeah.
And the people that are listening, one of the things that we did do, and one of the things that we're known for, is that, we're a smaller promotion, but we have big, we spent so much money on that building. And it shows in our production. This past couple weeks have been better than the first bunch of weeks, because we got corrected each week we changed something. And for the better. First we started with no commentary. We just did a product. Then we had commentators, and then we kept trying to make it better with commentary, because sometimes you couldn't hear, sometimes things were. Well, then I got a mixer like this one and put it in the commentary area, because once I found this mixer, I was like, this is a great mixer. This does all kinds of things, and it solved our problems. And because it solved our problems, I got a second one just for the show. So, and then I changed microphones. I changed microphone holders. I until everything was kind of where it is now. And now it seems to be right. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my chairs, so that I don't seem like a midget next to Johnny.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but you were shrunk.
Well, I wasn't shrunk. Johnny is sitting up. So I decided I'm going to bring one of my chairs, because I got a couple extra chairs here I can take with me, and then I can be of equal stature. And it's funny, because he said it to me, and I said, yeah, I saw that too. And there's nothing I could do, because the show had already started. We hadn't really done that. We just kind of played around and wrote our notes and stuff down. And then when the show started, I saw how short I looked.
Are you going to PA the commentary to?
That's going to be the next step. Yes, not yet. It might be. If I have time, I'll set it up for next week. But this week, I'm not gonna push myself to do that, because I got a lot of stuff that I got to get done. And
that was the other thing that impressed me. Your production studio.
Yes.
Walked in, I was kind of blown away.
Yeah, you didn't expect that, huh?
I expected a guy sit there with 2 screens and a laptop, and I walk in there with like 10 screens.
Like this.
Yes. And a lot of production equipment. It was impressive.
Yeah. Turn your microphone. There you are. Because sometimes when you turn your head, I'm losing you. But I'll tell you, it's just the beginning of what this is going to be. And I told you the plans that we have for another building in Philly and things like that. I mean, we're just touching the surface of what this is going to be. It looks small now, but it's going to grow into a monster.
I was thoroughly impressed.
And what you saw there is the blueprint for what is going to go in Philly, and then it's going to go in the other places. And so we know, kind of because of trial and error, the things we need to do, the things that we need to get to duplicate this and make it better. This building, unfortunately, is a little small to do what we want to do, but we can do it. And we're like I said, we're just touching touching you just saw the basics of what this is gonna be, and so have I, because as it grows, we come up with these ideas. Oh, let's try this, and let's try this, and if it works, then it's part of the show. If it doesn't work, we forget it.
I also know now why you're broke all the time, because a lot of investment went into this.
There is a lot of money that went into this, but I don't regret any of it, because I see, the thing, I never thought I'd think like this, but I do think like this. I had my time in the spotlight, and now it's time to make other people shine. And I never thought I'd feel that way. I always thought that I'd be wanting to be that guy, be the person that the screen is on. But you know what? I'm too old to do a lot of the things that I did back when I was doing this regularly. And I see that, and especially when I see Tarzan and some of those other guys do some of the things that they do, I'd die if I did some of those things. I mean, I've done my share of things that were crazy, but not anywhere near the things they do. And, I was never really a wrestler. I mean, I wrestled, but I'm not a wrestler. And, I'm good with sitting back and letting other people do the work and letting other people hurt themselves instead of me.
Well, you're paying the price for
your
wrestling.
In many ways I do. And but that was just the beginning of my weekend.
Then I missed.
You missed the fun thing that you missed this. We can turn this more.
No, it's all right. I
don't need to see it anymore.
Yep, I can see it now. I can see it now.
That was a picture from the weekend, and I did 3 hours at a place called Minnequa Social Club, and we had a good time. It was a rough start because we had some issues with the equipment, but we did get them straightened out, and we did get the second and third set went really well, and the first set went okay because we had technical issues, but musically it went really well. Technically, the first set really didn't go as well as we wanted it to, but we really they're having us back, so that's a good thing right there. That's what we want. We want to see people say, "You're coming back." So
just to let everyone know, I got to listen to Mike's 2 out of his 3 sets.
No, you only heard one.
I only heard one.
You only heard
on the
one.
Way home.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, thanks for the pizza.
Oh yeah. I take care of my friends. Actually, I even have the music. I uploaded the music to a hidden YouTube channel because it's not edited yet. Nothing's edited. I just put it on YouTube. I had to piece together the pieces because this camera, I don't know why it does this, but I guess it does it because it's a cheap camera, but you have to put piece 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 pieces for a set. So in the middle of a song, it stops and it starts a new clip just because I think it can't keep up with the data rate. So it has to restart. And so I had to piece the pieces together, which I did. What's today? Tuesday. I did that Sunday, and I think it really sounded fairly good, and I can actually play part of that if you would like to hear part of that.
While you're setting that up, let me tell you about my experience with my family.
Okay, tell me.
They were extremely interested, not in the wrestling event. They weren't interested in what food I ate. They weren't interested in how I liked or disliked the wrestling.
Let me guess what it is.
Self-driving car. Yes, I had my first taste of a self-driving car. I started off a little nervous. My mother-in-law was extremely nervous.
That's what we had to talk about first. We really need to talk about that. First thing she said to me is she was concerned about the self-driving car, and I explained it to her in a way that she
you did a very good
did
job.
Understand it. She
used the 2. We have 2 eyes, and the car has 7 eyes.
Yeah.
And I think that impacted her positively.
And the computer is quicker than we are.
Than human brain.
And that does really actually, that's not even exaggerating. That is the truth. The car doesn't make any stupid mistakes, and it's very safe, because if it even doubts, like somebody, let's say you're trying to turn, say you want to pass somebody and you want to go into the left lane, it's going to look, and if there's somebody flying up, it can tell how fast they're coming up the lane. And if it's coming up too fast, it'll wait. And if there's any chance that you can get hit, it'll wait. It'll go out. If there's zero chances of it, then it'll go. And so it's very smart, and it's very, very safe.
Well, it impressed me because there's a circle right down the road from where I'm staying.
Okay.
And it navigated the circle.
Oh
perfectly.
yeah. You're talking about roundabout.
Yeah. The roundabout. It recognized the yield sign and just sat there.
Yep.
And waited for the cars to go by.
Yep.
Before it pulled out.
It does it very safe. So
the only thing you had to do was set the speed. Other than that,
actually, you don't even have to set the speed. When you hit the button, it'll look and see, oh, that's supposed to be 45. We'll go 45. We'll go 50, because I have it set to do that. I'll give it 5 miles over the speed limit usually, and then that's because that's the standard setting. The standard setting is it might do 2 miles over, but if you do the hurry up, it'll do 5 to 8 miles over. If you do the Mad Max, well, be careful.
And then your AI spoke to me and asked me questions.
That's right. You were talking to my Ara is her name. It's just funny to talk to Ara, because if you're ever bored, just talk to Ara. She'll talk to you about anything, and she did. She talked to you about anything.
Yeah, it was quite an experience.
So you had a learning experience this weekend. Who would have thought 40 years ago any of this would have happened? Really? I would have never guessed that we'd be sitting in a car, letting it drive us to wherever we want it, and I never would have imagined having a wrestling promotion in my hands, or any of the stuff that I did 40 years ago. The only thing I wanted 40 years ago was to play, and I get to do that too. But yeah, really cool. It's really a lot of fun, and let's see if I'm going to pull up set 2, and let's see what happens. Should be up. It should be playable now. It wasn't playable this afternoon. I guess I can't play it because I can't play it. I don't know how to make it. Oh, that's all right. Anyway, well, I'll put the link. I'll make sure because I want you to see this stuff. It's really I'm really happy about it. So did you see the lit up? Let me see. Can you see this?
Yes.
And there's one over here. There's one here, and there's one back here. Temu. $7.50 a piece. $7.50 a piece. They're LED lights, and they're meant not for stage. I just thought they'd look really cool on stage. So we don't have a lot of lighting. I did order some lighting last night when I was home and did things. But yeah, they actually are cool. You can make them do different things. And I thought, wow, this is a real pain in the butt to make it do these different things. Well, now there's an app on your phone that does it, and it's real easy to do it. And the thing that's cool about it is the app will allow you to push one button so that it goes in time with the music. And I want to play now. Next time I play out, I'm going to use that.
That is cool.
Yeah. So then it's just like having a light man. So it's kind of neat. But yeah, so anyway, the band was playing. The band did really well. Saturday went really well overall. And one problem with Saturday was when we got down to Shippensburg, which is about an hour away, I got a phone call saying your dogs are out. So little Winston has the phone number on his collar. So I've got a lot of calls lately because he keeps breaking out. And I thought I had all the areas fixed so he couldn't get out. He found a new area. And
do you know where that is?
Yeah, I fixed it already. Okay. So I'm
So
hoping.
he's outsmarting you is what you're saying.
They are doing something. They are definitely causing issues because if I get caught, it'll be fines and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. But anyway, hopefully that's done now. Tomorrow I'm gonna go out and put some chicken wire around the area that they escaped last night they escaped Monday. Yeah, they escaped Monday. And that was the last escape that they're going to get, as far as I'm concerned. I've said that before, though. They keep finding a new way to escape. But I think that's the last time, because I think I caught all the areas that they have broken out. So it's and the biggest concern is Cheyenne can't walk that far anymore. She was so exhausted when I got her home. I don't want her out. I don't want either of them out, but I especially don't want her out. It's not good for her. So anyway, all right. Well, that's where we are, and sounds.
So I enjoyed my time with you, Mike.
I appreciate that, and I enjoyed my time with you. We had a chance to actually do something other than business, so
Yeah.
it's fun. And this weekend's going to be pretty crazy too. Nice thing is this weekend, Saturday I'll have off, and Sunday I'll be back with the band I was playing with this past weekend, and we'll be setting up and jamming a little bit. But I think we got inspiration from playing out. So hopefully we get to practice. We haven't that's the band I haven't practiced with for 3 months.
Is that the first time you've played out with them?
No, it's the first time I played out since November. With them, yeah. We've played out now 2 times, I think. 3 times. We played out for a party. The first year I was with them, 6 months after I was with them, we played out at the Moose Club. We played so last year we played the Moose Club, we played Sherman's Creek Inn, and we played Minnequa this year. So we played 4 times, 3 times in the past year. So that's not enough. If you take the time that we spent practicing, the amount that we make per hour is probably in the pennies. So I want to get to the point where we can say, wow, we made pretty good money then. So the only thing that was good about, I should say that my favorite job so far was at Sherman's Creek Inn. It was the least paying job that we had, but they had a sound man and they had a PA system. So we were in and out of there pretty quick. I like that. So it's not about the money for me. It's about the art. So, I mean, not that I don't want money, but I prefer not to have to work.
Nice to get compensation for your artistic endeavor.
Yes, absolutely. So that's the end of that. I wish you could have heard that because that sounded pretty good. But I got links I can send you. So, I'm probably going to send it to your Facebook because you probably don't want it on your phone because you could stream it on your phone if you wanted, but not very big of a picture, but but you would. I haven't given that link out to just anyone because that's not edited. Nothing's edited on that. The edited version is going to have close-ups of different people and different things, and we're going to cut out the stuff between songs. Although we didn't spend a lot of time between songs not playing, so that's good too. But the next step is sitting there and going through and fixing that and do close-ups of leads and stuff like that. So it was fun though. We had a good time, and it was just it was awesome. So all right, enough of me. All right, guess we can get on with the show now.
Oh yeah, let's talk about something else for a while.
Okay, let's talk about birthdays.
Yeah.
This one's going to be short, and because I don't have a lot of birthdays this time. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you should know. You should know at least 6 of these people. I'm not saying you should know 6 of their birthdays, but there's 1 or 2 that you may not know, and that's ones I'm going to start with first. Get them out of the way. First one is Shannon Tweed. That's one that I think you don't know.
I do not know.
But do you know who she is?
Nope.
The wife of Gene Simmons.
Ah, okay. So Gene's probably in his 70s.
He is in his 70s.
So she's probably 69.
She is 69, right on the button.
Ah, good guess, right from the beginning.
All right. And the next one is John Hamm. He is a guy that seems to be, he's not, I don't think he's ever the leading man, but a lot of times he's a supporting guy.
Can't place him.
I'm trying to think something that you may have seen him in, but there's a lot of movies he's been in that he hasn't been the lead guy, but he's been the main, he's been one of the main guys.
Let's go with 52.
All right, 55 is correct. So that's a point for you. Bad Bunny. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He was a WWE superstar.
He was also the halftime show of the Super Bowl.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, I did know that. Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, the big fight between the conservatives and traditionalists and Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 42.
32.
32.
32. He's a youngin'. Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold has got to be 64.
64. He is 67. You get the point. All right. Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
One
Didn't go. Hold on. It didn't go. Why didn't it go? Should have launched. Hold on. Okay, why aren't you launching? You should be launching.
67.
Hold on. There he is. He is 71. So you get another point. All right. So let's see. We did her. We did.
Are they still?
They are.
They are?
Yeah, I saw them live too. I saw them. They're awesome.
I've watched their special.
You know why I like them? They actually appreciate their fans. I saw them in York, and the girl and I was with, we went down there and we saw them, and not only was the show phenomenal, but they said, okay, everybody just wait in your seats till we can go past you, and we're going to wait out in the streets, and we're going to sign every autograph, take every picture until everyone's gone. And they did. That is someone that appreciates their audience, that they would actually do that. And I would pay to see them again just because of that, because they do care about their fans. So, yeah. Anyway, Penn Jillette.
I already guessed 67.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I was just trying to make you do it again. All right. And
Say
last,
something different.
And lastly, I think. Oh, no, that's not lastly. We got one more. We have two more. Okay, we got Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone. Okay.
Now, she's been around for a while, so actually all these people except for Bad Bunny has been around for a while.
I'm going to say 71.
She is 68, so that's a point. Very last. This one I know you're going to get, because I just know you will. Shaq.
Shaq's got to be in his 60s, so I'm going to say 62.
You actually didn't get that one. 54.
54. Okay.
I would have guessed probably around what you did too, but he actually is younger than I thought.
Yeah.
But you did pretty good. I think you got everybody else.
He's got aches and pains like a 60-year-old.
Oh, I know. I know that feeling. He and I have something in common there. So that's that. All right. You did good.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right.
If you determine fun is painful.
80s rock legend has got a new single coming out, and he's 76. He is 76. The 80s is Peter Gabriel has a new album coming out.
New album?
Yes. It's called, the tune that he is dropping is What Lies Ahead. That's the big...
number one.
Yeah. It's, says here, okay, here we go. First, the iconic musician announced his new album. It's called O.I., and a follow-up to his critically acclaimed 2023 album O.I., which is being released in the same manner, is dropping on each full moon of the year. And with January's full moon, they came out with Been Undone, while February listeners brought listeners Put the Bucket Down, on which were met with massive praise from fans. So Peter Gabriel is an interesting guy. He is making all kinds of money with Genesis. Well, kind of making money with Genesis, because we covered Genesis, I think, and then he went out on his own and he did killer stuff. So I like his stuff, but he's the kind of guy I kind of like his stuff. I don't like all of his stuff. I like some of his stuff, just the popular stuff for the most part. So, yeah, that's the. It's good to see he's out there doing things. I guess I can close these now that we're done with all these. There we go. All right. Do you know who Colin Gray is?
No.
The father of the teenager accused of killing 4 people at a Georgia high school in 2024.
Okay.
He was convicted, the father was convicted of 27 counts of second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. He faces up to 180 years in prison because he gave his son a semi-automatic rifle and ammunition for a Christmas gift when he knew that his son was
mentally.
Yes. So he was convicted of all charges. There were 14, or there were.
That's going to put a chill in
27 counts. What's that? Put a chill.
It's going to put a chill in fathers when presents for their son.
Well, I mean, the big thing is he knew his son had issues.
Well, that's what he was convicted on. But still, it's going to make fathers think twice about buying their son an AR-15.
Yeah.
But my question is, that is a military-grade weapon.
Right.
Does the son need an AR-15?
That's the thing I thought too. Is why is he buying his son a semi-automatic weapon anyway? I mean, if I had a son, I wouldn't buy him a semi-automatic gun because there's no reason. What possible reason could it be that you would get your son something like that? So to me, that wasn't real good, real smart.
I was gifted an AK-47, which is a Czechoslovakian version.
Wow.
And I sold it.
Oh, I would have bought that.
I sold it because I didn't feel the need. I kept the pistols, but didn't.
Did you?
I didn't feel the need to keep
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's.
I didn't get that much for it because it was Czechoslovakian made. If I would have got a Chinese made, I might have kept it because they escalate in value, but the Czechoslovakian didn't.
Well.
But still, what does? How old was the young man?
He was like 14. There's no. He carried the rifle on a school bus in a book bag. I mean, okay, I got to say.
That's an awful large book bag.
I want to say this because I feel I have to say this. The one thing that nobody is talking about is why he did it. And he did it for reasons that I get. I understand.
He was bullied.
He was bullied. I mean, I was bullied all my life. And back in my day, you could take your guns to school because we had a gun club in our school. So, but we didn't have people killing other people. And, but, I can't even.
Changed to Columbine.
Yeah. I mean, take a look at what's going on. I mean, there was just a shooting. What was it? Last week? Another shooting, shooting people. There's got to be a better way to deal with. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be a better way to deal with the issues. And it's sad because those kids, whether or not they bullied someone, didn't deserve to die, but they deserved to be disciplined. And
well, the problem is that their parents don't do good parenting.
Right. That's exactly right.
Because you teach your child not to bully.
Right. Yep. And I know what it's like to be bullied. I do.
So do I. I was bullied in school too. I get it. I get the anger.
Right.
And the revenge that you want to.
That's why I left the high school when I was 16. I mean, I wanted out of there so bad, and I found a way out where nobody got hurt. And I figured if I can't, I want to go. This was a hard reset. I had to figure out if it was me or them, and I think it was a little of both because I didn't know how to deal with life at that age.
Still no excuse for bullying.
But well, I mean, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it, and I think that people should be more cognizant of what they're doing to that person because they do cause people to go crazy. But it is what it is. Next one. Let's see, I gotta remember. Oh, okay. So there is now a technology for injectable liver cell mixture to temporarily take over a failing liver. So this is a study that was published a couple days ago. It says the breakthrough could revolutionize long-term liver disease treatment and how long patients or how when you have to wait for a liver. Tests on mice show how the liver cell mixture forms connections with nearby blood vessels when injected into fat tissue, forming a sort of satellite liver. Over time, the blood vessels begin to grow around the satellite liver, supplying the injected liver cells with the nutrients they need to perform basic functions throughout the entire 8-week study. So this is pretty big, I think.
This is huge.
And so it's kind of cool to, when we come up with when the human organisms come up with these kind of things, it blows my mind because I think, well, who's the guy that thought about doing this? Somebody.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
they're dedicated.
I mean, there's probably a million times that it doesn't work before it does, but that millionth time saves lives, and so that's kind of cool. But I just kind of think it's an interesting thing, injectable satellite livers. So, guess who's founding member Randy Bachman and singer keyboardist Burton Cummings, remember those names, announce first tour in over 2 decades.
What are their ages?
Now, we'll look that up. I don't know, but This is 2 years after regaining the band name, and they were in the middle of a copyright suit with was it with the label, or I forget who it was with. Hold on here. Oh, come on, give me the. Oh, you're gonna blur everything because I don't have a subscription to Billboard. Well, we'll find it from somewhere else. And okay, you can be like that. It's not fake news. I got it right here. All right, we're going to find somebody else who did it. Usually Yahoo does it too. Let's see. Let's see. Reunite. Let's try this. Oh, that's why it's my earphones in up backwards. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing things right. Okay, there we go. I think it's cool that they're going back out, but after 20 years. To lose your name or whatever? Okay, well, I can't. Where's the story at? DJ, okay, board. What the fake band broke down. Oh, so it was another Guess Who out. That sucks. Oh, here it is. I love Guess Who stuff. We do American Woman.
Pretty standard.
Yeah. Ken and I used to do that song because we were Uncle Sam Band, and we should do American Woman. Okay, the duo kicks off its Taking It Back tour that will begin May 26th in New Brunswick. The U.S. Starts in late June, and it brings the show of the border for 24 concerts starting June 25th in Minnesota and wraps up in Vancouver, British Columbia. Former Eagle guitarist Don Felder opens the headlining dates. Oh, let's see if this is going to show us where the dates are. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, it says first time in 23 years, Burton Cummings and Bachman. Oh, come on. I didn't mean to hit that. I don't even know where I'm going. Okay, that better be here. Let's try that. Okay. Here we go. Got to do this again. Darn it. Got to be careful when you push the buttons. Okay. I would probably consider going to see them if they came around here. Let's see here.
Usually when they say world tour, it's not that many.
Yeah. First time in 23 years that Cummings and Bachman have toured as the Guess Who, following last year's legal triumph over what they call the fake Guess Who, run for decades by bassist Jim Cale and Gary Peterson, the drummer, who co-founded the band with Bachman and as Chad Allen and the Reflections in 1962. It was enough already. They tarnished what we created. Cummings, who joined in 1966. 1966. I can't even. When I was in 1966, I barely changed my own pants. But then again, I even do that now. Barely change my pants. It said here, Cummings joined the band, alleges that to Billboard via Zoom that also includes Bachman. I remember I went to Facebook and I talked to people, and there were a lot of remarks about the fake Guess Who, about the band going on stage and dishonoring the song. So Randy and I are here now honoring the Guess Who. You can only sit around for so long and watch people tarnish what you built. And it says here, I wish this would stop. I hate when these things go up and down because their ads are popping up. It says here, it's with fans, it's making music, the soundtrack of our lives, and everyone who hears it and buys it falls in love with it. They had a whole ton of songs I used to like. So they're going back on tour. Okay, Christina Applegate publishes her memoir. It's called You with the Sad Eyes, reflecting on her acting career with battles with abuse, breast cancer, and multiple sclerosis. There was a time when she was the most beautiful woman on TV. Oh, she's pretty good, though. She's still pretty good. She used to be like, do you remember? Yeah, she was hot. But yeah, I remember she had all kinds of health issues then, and
she kind of disappeared for a while.
Oh yeah, for a long. I haven't seen her in anything for ever.
She has MS. It's
right. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Hopefully she will be okay. Oh, it says she's playing. Applegate won an Emmy Award for playing Rachel's narcissistic sister on Friends, and a Tony nomination for Sweet Charity on Broadway, and received 4 Golden Globe nods. She was named the most beautiful woman. Okay, I can't really see it because that was okay. The most beautiful person in the world by People magazine in 2009. That was even a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Man, we're old. This sucks. All right. Next, Bad Bunny says Bad Bunny's performance amassed 4.2 billion views across platforms 24 hours from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the conservatives and traditionalists who thought this actually, in essence, made more people watch Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
They kind of had the opposite effect. Even though I watched the conservative traditional one, I wasn't into Bad Bunny, so
yeah,
I switched over.
I wouldn't watch.
And it was fine. It was fine. But they had more people watch Bad Bunny. That would have the opposite effect. Instead of pulling an audience, more people watched.
And actually, I wouldn't watch Kid Rock if you paid me.
Well, he came out as the old Kid Rock, and I almost the TV set off. But then he transformed into just a country singer.
Oh.
He sang a nice song, country singer, and it was a nice song. So, but he came out as Kid Rock, jumping all over the stage, saying things he shouldn't have said.
Yep. There's no filter, and I just don't like him. I can't. I mean, I didn't like him before Trump, and I hate him even more now. I just think that people that are that close-minded about things, you don't have to agree with somebody, but let them have.
Well, I'm not commenting on his political beliefs. I was just commenting on his coming out on stage and being Kid Rock, and it was ignorant.
Yeah.
And then he transformed, and it was all right. I'm glad I didn't turn it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they cut him short. He only had, he started swearing, and next thing you know, it went to a black screen.
Oh, good. Let it be stay a black screen.
Tell us how you really feel about Kid Rock.
I just don't like him. I can't. I just don't like people that are that. I mean, you got to be somewhat accepting about people, whether or not you agree with them. Just let it go. You just gotta. But then again, I'm a Sigma male, so I have a different philosophy than 90% of the people out there.
Well, I face the same thing in the Christian world of people that the Bible says that something. The Bible says something about a certain class of people. Well, that's okay, but you treat them with respect. You treat them with dignity. You love them.
Right.
You accept them.
That's right.
And some Christians have a real problem with that.
Okay.
And that's my anger.
Take the filter off. I think that might sound better if your filter is off.
How's that sound?
We'll have to hear you talk a little bit.
1, 2, check.
It's consistent now.
Okay.
And point it down a little. There.
There
you go.
I'm not used to a mic.
I know. You're in technology world.
Technology world. Now I feel like a real radio person.
You blend in with the scenery and everything.
Well, hopefully we'll have that licked when I get back.
I think that you should. Yeah, you have all the tools now to do it. So, and I want to make it as easy as possible for you. I'll do a couple more stories and I'll let you have the table here. Small plane makes an emergency landing in New York's Hudson River, according to the news here. It says after reporting engine issues, the pilot and passengers swim through the icy water and are hospitalized with minor injuries. I wouldn't. Oh man, I can't imagine. As cold as it's been, could you imagine trying to? Oh no. And they're lucky they were able to do that. It says It says here, conversation between air traffic control and a small pilot reveals the moments before the aircraft pulled off the emergency landing in the Hudson River. Who is that pilot that?
Oh yeah, they made a film.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. That was pretty cool. That guy's a hero. Yeah,
true hero.
Yeah, a little less than an hour into the flight. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, this is. I'm going to try to say this right. I'll bring it up so you can see what I'm looking at. It says, Kazakhstan plants 37,000 seedlings to prepare for imminent return of tigers. Now we're talking. Tigers. I like tigers. Ken's nickname was a tiger. His last name was Wolf, so it was Tiger Wolf. And, yeah, it's kind of cool. But it's kind of cool that they're trying to prepare for the return of the tigers. It's kind of cool. I like things like that. And then I got legendary rocker set to become a great-grandfather. Any ideas who?
No.
No ideas who? Okay. It is, I forget who. I can't remember. I wrote these a couple days ago. Let's see. Oh, come on. Days later. Come on. If I remembered who it was, I'd just say who it was, but I don't remember. Come on. Okay, this is a big joke. Here we go. There it is. Oh, yeah. Keith Richards. Keith Richards. Set to become a great-grandfather.
My.
Yeah. Here's a story if you want to know how to quit heroin. Do you know how to quit heroin? Besides dying? The secret to quitting heroin is smoking crack, according to Billy Idol.
Just exchanging one addiction for
That's right. Oh, man. He has a new documentary, Billy Idol Should Be Dead, made the admission during appearance on Club Random with Bill Maher about his kicking his addiction. I can't believe he's still alive, actually, but...
Well, the one thing about what he did is that heroin, you can die on one hit.
Oh, okay.
Crack is not deadly.
Okay. Well...
It'll kill you over time, but it's not going to kill you on one hit. Heroin, you can die easily. Well, you can OD easily on heroin.
And what is Bill Maher doing Club Random? What is that? I don't know what it is, but doesn't he have a show on HBO?
Shows on HBO.
Okay. Is there another show, a second show?
Maybe I don't know.
You know what show I like on Do you have HBO?
I do not have HBO.
Oh, okay. There's a good show on HBO. It's The Pit.
I would watch The Pit, but my wife has put a ban on streaming services, so I had to choose, and HBO didn't get chosen. But I would watch The Pit.
The Pit's cool. I like it. It's really probably the best thing since ER. And the thing that's really cool about it is the first season. It's an hour show, so the first hour is 6 a.m. Second week, 7 a.m. Third week, 8 a.m. And they do the whole shift, yeah. And they're doing that for the second season too. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so that's it for him. And I guess one more, and then I'll let you have it. I don't know if we announced this in the past couple of weeks, but Twisted Sister's going out on the road. However, Dee Snider's not. Dee Snider said he can't go out on the road. So they have a replacement singer for Twisted Sister.
Well, who?
He is somebody that most people don't like. Sebastian Bach. Do you remember? What was that? Oh shoot! Now I can't remember the band he was in. It was. Oh, come on! I thought I'd say it right away because Skid Row.
Yes.
He was a troublemaker in Skid Row.
We did him.
Yes, and he's he's going to be in Harrisburg, March 25th. Wow, that's interesting. Jeez, I wouldn't pay him a penny, but you know, he's good. He's a great singer. He just has a weird attitude. And
hopefully he's matured.
Hopefully, I mean, I hope that he doesn't go out on Twisted Sister. He's going out with Twisted Sister.
Yeah, that's good. He probably fits in better.
Yeah, he fits in real well because he's a rebel. So yeah, he'll fit in real well there. But I love Twisted Sister. We might end up. I'd like to see us do some Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it. I want to do that song. But all right, I'm going to let you have the.
Before I get into what I wanted to talk about, do you have anything on Bruce Springsteen?
I don't think so.
Well, he's going out on tour, if I have this correct.
Yes, he is.
I heard this in passing.
Just looking here to see if I do have anything.
His fans are very upset with him.
Why?
Millions of fans are upset.
Okay.
All right. Floor seating is $7,000.
Oh, geez.
Upper deck is $1,000.
Well, that has something to do with what we're going to talk about, I think, as well. Live Nation.
Why don't you just get into it since I did it?
Is that what? Are they? Is he going?
Well, I don't know. I heard it in passing. I was just wondering if you had it.
Let me take a look. Let's look and see.
I think $1,000 for upper deck is outlandish. You know, he's not catering to the everyday fan that follows him.
He doesn't. He never has. He never has, because when I went to see him it was probably about 10 years ago. First off, he was 3 hours late starting. We got there and we waited and waited and waited, and he was late 3 hours. That's a long time to be late to start a show.
Now, did he do a longer than an hour show?
Yes, he did.
Well, that's what he's known for, doing 2 and 3 hour shows.
But still,
playing his whole repertoire.
Yeah, I just.
But 3 hour wait, I would have been gone.
I not for the price of the tickets. Of course, I didn't pay the tickets. Okay, so apparently he is Live Nation. Let's see here. It says here. Yeah, Live Nation's tickets. That's why.
They can charge whatever they want to charge.
And that's okay. So if you want, we can continue with Live Nation.
Let's continue with Live Nation.
Well, first off, I want to say that if I didn't say this last week, if I did, remind me that I said it. But when I went for my commercial on Sunday to record my commercial, we went. There was a place in Philly that we went to that had a 12-lane bowling alley. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. But upstairs was a concert hall. And next door was Live Nation's big venue. And then across the street was a comedy club. Then I made the correlation. Live Nation owns all of that. They've got a whole complex of entertainment right there in that little block. They must own that whole block, because I saw Live Nation under everything's name. And I thought, oh, interesting. So Live Nation's in trouble. And okay, so I'm going to go to here it is, Live Nation Beats. Okay, so is that the one with 2 articles or 1? Let me see here. No, it's 1. Okay, so Live Nation's in trouble, and they got into a federal antitrust suit to avoid when they bought, Live Nation bought Ticketmaster, and basically, or merged with them, whatever it is. But after they did that, they now have control of ticket sales for every venue, every concert that's going on in the nation, basically. And so they started fixing the prices so that nobody could afford to go. I mean, even WWE, WrestleMania prices are like that. $1,000 for a ticket or whatever. I don't know what it is because I don't buy their tickets. But I mean, people that want to go to live events are getting screwed because, it says here, Justice Department and Live Nation reached a tentative agreement that will allow dominant concert promoter to keep ownership of its Ticketmaster subsidiary after years of threats to break up the $25 billion business. $25 billion in tickets. And, one thing that Taylor Swift is against is ticket prices that are that high. And she tries to make it more affordable. But, I mean, you don't have a choice with this. This is, Live Nation is really the only guy in town.
Do you know the only thing wrong with capitalism is greed? Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, they're the only game in town, and they realize they're the only game in town. So they can...
It's just greed. It's
yeah.
Pure unadulterated greed.
And you don't need... I mean...
You don't need $7,000 for a front row seat and $1,000 for an upper deck because
right.
Bruce Springsteen caters to Joe Sixpack. That's who listens to him.
But he doesn't. He doesn't. Because the people, if he's selling out these concerts, that's not Joe Sixpack paying for it because Joe Sixpack can't afford it.
That's right. And that's the thing. That's who supports him.
Right. But people, he's got to, and the thing is, if you have, let's say you have an 8,000 seat venue and you're selling 8,000 seat venues out, I would bump the price up too to see if I could get another $10 for the ticket. If I'm selling out, if I don't sell out and I don't sell 1,000 tickets, but I made it up in the...
Well, evidently he has millions of people saying they won't come see him.
Yeah, well, and that's the way I think that it should be. I think that people need to stand up for that. But as long as there are people that are willing to drop that kind of money,
it won't matter.
They're not going to change their way unless the government steps in and says, no, you can't make that kind of money on that. I don't know if it's, are we a free enterprise company? Free enterprise?
Well, that's the problem. We are free enterprise, but that's price fixing, and that the government can't stop. So I'm interested in what.
But let me ask you this question. You go to there's supposed to be a certain amount of money you are allowed to make before it becomes ripping people off. For instance, they used to say that you'd pay $7 for a popcorn because you're only paying so much for the entrance in. Now that's changed because the entrance in is raised now. But now, I mean, the thing is with a movie, for instance, the first week of that opening, the movie company gets, I think it's 90% of the income coming in off that movie. Did you know that?
Of the ticket prices, not of the...
Correct.
Of the ticket price.
Yes. So if you have a movie theater and you have a new release, the first week it's out, 90% of your income goes to that movie company. 90% of the ticket sale. So you're only getting 10%. So if you're, let's say the tickets are let's say the tickets are $20 because it's easier to do the math. But if it was $10, you're only getting 10%. You're only getting a buck or $2 if it's $20.
You got to make your money somewhere.
So you got to make your money somewhere. Okay, that makes a little sense. But in the sense of a concert, when you're selling out that venue at whatever that venue, let's say 50,000 people. I don't know what it is for concerts, but let's say 50,000 people. Let's say 10,000 people because it's easier to do the math. Why are you still spending $20 for, or $10 or $12 for a beer? Or why are you spending $5 for a candy bar? How can you you talk about inflating prices. They've already made their money off the ticket sale. Why are they charging you that much money for the concessions? Because they can.
Because they can. You're a captive audience, and they can spend.
And you're not allowed to bring any of your own stuff.
Right.
So Live Nation did deserve to get in trouble for antitrust, but what about the rest of the company? What about the stadium? The stadium's being paid. They're renting that stadium. So why? I was told that there's a certain amount that you're allowed to charge for a profit. I mean, theoretically, but I mean, it's not against the law, I guess, to charge that. But when you're paying $10 for a hot dog,
well, like I said, the problem with capitalism, the only problem with capitalism is greed.
Yeah, and there's lots of it.
There's a lot of greed.
I don't mind paying a little extra if, like, for us, our motto is we're not making any money at all. We're not even breaking even at this point. But we don't charge $20 for a hot dog. We don't charge $10 for a hot dog. I think we charge $2 for a hot dog or something. And and even that's high, but for us it's not, because we're not even breaking even. So, it is what it is, but it just seems kind of odd. That's just a weird thing that I think is just not right in a lot of ways, that people do that. And would I do that? I'd like to say I wouldn't, but, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, all right.
Okay.
It's all yours.
All right, Doug's Weekly Brief. You should do an intro for me.
We'll have to.
Doug's Weekly Brief.
We'll have to come up with something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about the war.
Okay.
Because that is dominating the news.
Let me get the war stuff. Okay, go ahead.
The 7th soldier has died.
Okay, I don't have anything on that.
From the Day 2 attack of the Iranian missile that hit a U.S. military facility. There were 8 severely wounded soldiers and 7 have died. So far, there's 140 to 150. They don't have quite the exact number. U.S. personnel have been wounded since March 1st. The action began. So let's see here. I've got other figures for you. In Iran, more than 1,200 people have been killed by Israeli and American strikes. That's from the Iranian Red Crescent Society. That is actually lower than I thought it would be. Retaliatory Iranian strikes in countries in the Middle East have killed at least 12 civilians in the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, and Bahrain, according to the New York Times count. More than 400 people have been killed in Lebanon based on Israeli bombing into Lebanon against Hezbollah, and 13 people have been killed in Israel because of the conflict.
Wow.
So there is death happening in this bombing campaign. Some people think no one's dying because it's just bombing from the air. But that's not true. People are dying in this war. So I don't like people dying.
I don't like people dying either.
So it's a little close in heart. Now, total targets to date. Over the 11 days, counting yesterday, of the war, there's been over 5,000 individual targets being bombed so far by the United States. That's over 50 sorties a day. Now, a sortie is every time a plane takes off, drops their bomb, turns around and comes back and lands. That's a sortie.
Okay.
It's an average of 500 per day that are happening to hit these targets. In the first 12 hours, there were 900 targets. In the first 4 days, there were 4,000 targets. Now, this is Israel and the United States combined.
Wow.
Strikes have been focused on ballistic missile launch sites. It's been degraded by 90%. They're not launching ballistic missiles like they were. It's been degraded by 90%. They're hunting for the other 10%. But what Iran's doing is they drive out into the open launch their missile, and drive right back into their cave.
Wow.
So it's hard. You have to be circling on top of them to hit them now. They're not out in the open, so it's getting harder to do that last 10%.
Wow.
Air defense systems have been eliminated in key regions of Iran. So the Israel and the United States have total air dominance right now, but not over every part of Iran. They still have to be vigilant over certain sections of Iran because they don't have air dominance yet. Drone launchers, they've degraded the drones by 83%. So only 17% of their drones are being launched. They have thousands upon thousands of drones, but we've taken out 83% of their launchers.
Wow.
So that's a good thing. We're targeting IRGC, which is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. It is the true believers. It is the Islamic terrorists, the true believers in Islamic law. They are about 200,000 of them.
Wow.
And they are the ones that are killing the protesters in the street. They are the ones that do not want the Islamic regime to fall. And we're targeting their headquarters and their bases. Naval facilities and ships. We have sunk 40 naval vessels.
Wow.
Fast attack missile boats, patrol boats used by the IRGC Navy, drone launch ships. At least one submarine and all their frigates have been sunk. We've targeted Air Force bases and planes. There are no Iranian planes in the air, fighter jets in the air. Military command and control centers, weapons depot, and manufacturing plants. We started to go after weapon manufacturing plants.
Wow.
Owned by civilians. We're starting to target them because we want to take away Iranian ability to make weapons, to make the drones in the first place. This is hurting Russia because Russia is buying Iranian drones to attack Ukraine.
Okay.
So it's put a little damper in old Vladimir Putin's war. Nuclear-related facilities, we're bombing them. Leadership compounds and government buildings, we're still going after leadership. And we're going after police stations because police stations are where the initial torture takes place when they arrest people. Now, we have been able to move from expensive missiles to cheaper ones. We're now dropping 500, 1,000, and 2,000 pound precision gravity bombs. They're much cheaper, and we seem to have an unlimited, virtually limitless supply of them. Where we were dropping $1 million weapons, now we're dropping $100,000 weapons.
Okay.
So it's becoming cheaper because the war is costing us about $1 billion a day.
Wow.
$1 billion a day of taxpayer money. Now, it would seem to the listener right now I'm against the war. I am not. But this is reality, right? Someone's going to have to pay that, and guess who's going to have to pay for this war?
Right. Yeah.
Us.
Yeah.
That's because they have to pay for it. This shift to cheaper weapons is because we have pretty much eliminated the air defense systems. Our supply of these weapons is limitless. I mean, we can just bomb them for months with these weapons. Our intelligence services, this is scary, intercepted on February 25th an encrypted communication over radio. Over radio. Now, why would it be important over radio? Because communications from cell phones and on the internet can be traced.
Okay.
You can't trace a radio broadcast. And so covert intelligence people use radio to contact, because what they do is they give a frequency and a time to listen to the covert operative And then the nation state, or the CIA, or MI6 in England, or Mossad in Israel, has a time and a frequency, and they will broadcast an encrypted message that only the recipient can decrypt.
Okay.
Now, the reason why this is important is because they may be messaging sleeper cells all over the world. These sleeper cells have been planted by decades by foreign countries, especially the IRGC. And these operatives could have come across at any time, but probably came across through Biden and the Democrats' open U.S. border for 4 years.
Okay.
That is the greatest fear of our intelligence services, is that Iranians, Pakistanis, Afghans came across the border unencumbered and are sitting asleep in the United States, holding jobs,
like
waiting.
Like there was somebody recently that made it. They were living in Pennsylvania and they moved to, or they went up to New York to make an attack.
Yes.
Which you were gonna talk
No,
about.
but that is accurate.
I mean, you're talking about, while you're talking about it. Well, it just did happen, but they were caught.
They were caught, and another cell was caught in California, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe. But it is the lone wolf that really is dangerous. The one who just takes it upon himself, like in Austin, Texas, the guy that went down and shot up that bar.
Oh yeah, was he one of them?
He was an Iranian. He was what was his nationality? But he had an Iranian flag and a Quran in his car, and he had a shirt that said something about Allah, and underneath he had a T-shirt with the Iranian flag on it. So these sleeper cells could become awake anywhere in the Middle East, the European Union, or the USA. And our intelligence agencies are scared because Iran uses asymmetrical warfare because they can't fight the United States toe-to-toe, as they're finding out.
Right.
We've just annihilated them. They can't do anything about it. But they use proxy forces, covert operatives, and terroristic threats to scare people.
Ever since I was a kid, I remember them being a problem.
Since '79.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because like this doesn't go away. They're like that ant. You can't step out. You can step a couple of them out, but there's always some to get around the foot or whatever is stepping them out. You can't kill them because they keep coming back.
The IRGC has spent decades planting and preparing operatives that are set all around the world, and the fear is that Iran wants to stay in power, and they are cornered, and you know what a cornered animal can do.
Right.
A wounded animal.
Yeah.
And that is the great fear. Also, Iran is trying to outlast us. They're hoping that oil prices and the fickle American attitude and focus.
What are gas prices at now, anyway?
I'll get to that in a second.
Okay, because I really don't know, because I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. They think Americans will get tired of the war with U.S. casualties and oil prices and turn against Trump, and Trump will just quit. He is worried about oil prices. I can't tell you that right now. Also, Israel has hit Iranian oil infrastructure and depots hard in recent days. Trump is pissed. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. Trump is mad. He is mad because of oil prices. He is worried that the American people are not going to put up with high oil prices for very long.
But we don't buy from Iran.
No, but see, 20% of the world gets their oil from the Persian Gulf, and Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz.
Okay.
And no oil is getting out. Empty tankers can't get in, and full tankers can't get out. And Bahrain and Qatar and the Emirates and Saudi Arabia are going to have to shut down their facilities. And I learned today on the way here that once you shut down an oil facility, it can take as much as a month to 5 months to reopen it.
Wow.
It is not something that happens quickly.
That I didn't know.
So if these countries have to shut down their facilities, we're going to be into high prices for a long time. Now, China gets 90% of their oil from Iran.
Wow.
China's in trouble. Trump right now is selling Venezuelan oil to China.
We have a guy.
Yes, he loves to negotiate.
Oh,
Asia
man.
gets most of its oil from the Persian Gulf, so Asian countries are hurting right now.
Yeah.
The world gets 20% of its oil from the Persian Gulf, and our gas prices are increasing. So here's the question. Are we myopic enough that we can't absorb short-term increases across the board in exchange for a neutered Iran?
That's a good question.
See, that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
How long will it take for us to lose our patience? Now, right now, a barrel of oil has risen $40 to $45 per barrel. It's a 60% increase. Since pre-war, a barrel of oil cost $70. The current price is $110 to $115 per barrel.
Wow.
So in pre-war, the average gallon across the nation was $2.92.
Okay.
Today, it is $3.25, and I heard on the way here that the national average is actually $3.48.
Wow.
It's risen almost to 3/4 of a dollar, 75 cents. And just to laugh, this is to laugh, California's average is $5.20.
Wow.
We laugh at California because they're nuts. So it's over the $100 a barrel for the first time since 2022. And Sheets yesterday when I drove by was $3.69 in Granville.
Wow,
it was $3.55 at Sunoco down by right before the 81 bridge, besides Dunkin' Donuts and Wendy's, if you remember where the...
What was it before this all happened?
About $2.92.
So it went up about 60 cents.
Went up about 60 cents.
Wow, that's crazy.
So...
You know what's nice about electric?
Well, but you know it takes oil to work the electric.
Okay,
plants.
let me rephrase that. You know what it's like to get free electric?
Yes. Yes, you struck at the right time.
I did. I did really well because now I can say, well, now I saved all this money. That's funny.
Yeah, you don't have
it's
to
not
worry.
funny. It's not funny, but it's funny, bizarre.
The only negative is you sat about 25, 30 minutes at Wawa.
Well, we were eating.
I
could have left in 5 or 10.
Really?
Yeah, I could have left.
It didn't take all that time to charge?
No, what it is, okay, let me tell you, I'm going to confess something to you. I'm greedy. Because if Elon's paying it, I'm going to use it. Because if I was paying for electric, I would do it at home because I only have to pay 13 cents a kilowatt hour. But if I am not paying, then why would I
charge at home?
Yeah, why would I charge at home? I do charge at home when I'm, because you don't want to fast charge all the time because that'll be bad for the batteries. But if I'm going to go, a couple hours, why not charge it up so that when I get home I don't have to charge as much here? It's just a matter of being greedy and not wanting to spend money where I don't have to. If like the other day when we came back from Shippensburg, I was pretty low because I don't charge it very high when I'm not going anywhere. I charge it to like 70% when I'm home and just driving around, and I usually use 10%. Like we drove up to I bought a new vacuum at an auction, and I went to get it what day is it? Yesterday. I went to get it yesterday. I was only charged at 70%. I went up there, came back, and really only used maybe 5% or something. It was about an hour away. So, when I charge coming home, I'm going to wait a couple extra minutes to get an extra charge, so I don't have to spend as much money here. Because it does cost money. It's not bad, but it does cost money to charge it even if I'm using it here. So I'd rather get it for free. And
that only makes sense. That's not greedy. That's just smart.
Yeah, I mean, and I figured we were eating, so let's just eat and just sit and enjoy ourselves. And as soon as we were done eating, I pretty much said I'm done and unplugged the car. So I just figured, because I don't want to necessarily drive and eat at the same time, because a lot of times you get sauce on your shirt and stuff like that. And plus we were talking and stuff.
We were talking,
and it was good, because I didn't have to worry about getting up the next day. I didn't have to worry about all that stuff, and it was just nice to be able to be relaxed and sit there and talk about things and not have to talk about things that nobody cares. Turn out things that nobody wears. Anyway,
there are three major problems with the war goals that we have. The war goals are to destroy all the missiles, all the drones, all the manufacturing plants, stop Iran from being able to fund the proxies, Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, and take care of their nuclear ambitions, which is destroy and bring out all of the nuclear material. And because the nuclear material is hidden underground or buried underground, we may not be able to get it. So there is talk about sending in special forces, Israeli commandos and U.S. commandos, with scientists.
Oh, wow.
To get them. But that would have to be after the war came to an end. But still, it's extremely dangerous. So there were three major problems. Oil production must remain viable. So Israel attacked depots and infrastructure in Iran. And Trump was really mad at that because, first of all, the Iranian people need oil to heat their homes and to...
What's the temperature like there?
It's desert.
Is it, so it's still warm,
it's
right?
It's very warm.
Okay, so it's... Okay,
they need air conditioning.
Okay.
And they only have one nuclear power plant, so it's all oil-based. And coal and oil run there because they don't have streams and rivers.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I never thought of that.
Where
do they get their water?
At desalinization plants. I'll get to that in a second. That's a problem. They has to remain viable, and the Strait of Hormuz has to remain open. So that's a problem. The IRGC is stronger and more resilient than we anticipated. We're killing them left and right, but they are not bending a knee. And how do you mobilize 85 million people that want regime change and want to rebel against the regime, but they have no weapons?
So let's talk about that for a second. How many people are there?
95 million.
And how many want to get a new regime?
About 85 million.
Why aren't they helping?
Because IRGC and the police force have all the weapons. Nobody has weapons. I have a few hunters. They do have hunters, so they do have hunting weapons. But you can't get an AR-15 or a Czechoslovakian AK-47.
Hey, I got a guy.
You got a guy? We're going to need a lot of guys. We're going to need a lot of guys.
I mean, I got my AR-15, or it's not an AR. It's an it is. It's an AR. AR, yeah. Yeah, I got one of them. So I got a guy.
Iran has a new leader.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, they do. Mojtaba Konami. That's the game manufacturer, Konami.
He's the son
now, we don't like
of
him,
Allah.
Right?
We do not like him because, first of all, the Islamic Republic said they never have a heredity leader. No son. They turned around and named him as a son. He's 56 years old. He's trained in Shia.
How old was his dad?
Oh, you not 80?
What?
80 something.
Oh, I shouldn't say that because our leader's 80.
Our last two is been pretty old, so we shouldn't say anything. He is trained in his Shiite Islamic law and theology. Shiite is different from Sunni. The rest of the Arab states are Sunni is Muslims, where Iran is Shiite Muslims, and they don't like each other.
Wow.
So you have Shia fighting Sunni in the Iraq-Iran war, and he was a veteran of that war, and he was injured in that war. And he has ties to the IRGC, and that's why he became supreme leader, because the IRGC put him in. And for many years, he worked closely with his father's office, and analysis say he had a lot of power, very influential in Iranian politics. Trump doesn't accept him as a legitimate leader. He wants a reformer. He wants a cleric that will reform the country. He's not totally after getting them all out. He'd rather have a reformer in, like he did in Venezuela. All those people that ran under Maduro are still in power, but they have someone who's amendable to reforming.
Okay.
In power. He finds that to be a better solution. So we have a new leader. And Mr. Khomeini is now number one on the Israel and USA kill list.
Wow.
So let me talk for a second about Chinese and Russian technology that was being used by Iran. The Iranians appropriated Chinese anti-defense missiles radar and Russian tech. Didn't work very well. The Chinese radar blew up. They were supposed to be able to track fifth-generation stealth fighters, which are the best in the world. U.S. has them. They were supposed to be able to track them. They did. As soon as they discovered one, they blew up.
Alrighty.
So people are not lining up to buy Chinese technology at the moment.
Now, did you? I don't think you. Let's see. Did you talk about this? American forces were likely to be responsible for the strike on the school.
I was just going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let me talk about the school.
All right. Pull that up.
Yeah, the school. About 175 people were killed. It was between 160 and 180. We think it's 175. It happened on February 28th, right in the beginning of the war. There is a military, an IRGC military compound that used to house the building that is now a school. 10 years ago, they rebuilt the walls so that the school is outside of the military compound.
Okay.
All right? 10 years ago, they did this. Okay. They watched USA Tomahawk cruise missiles striking the military compound. The same missile hit the school outside of the compound. It's one of two reasons. One is there was a missile misdeployed. In other words, something happened when the missile left the tube. That can happen. Our missiles are pretty good, but they do malfunction from time to time. It could have been a missile malfunction, off course. All right? Or it was bad targeting. Someone screwed up badly because they did not view the updated target block from over 10 years ago, and that's multiple people. That's enlisted personnel to officers.
Wow.
Okay? This kind of negligence on multiple people's part, if that's what happened, if it was mistargeting, misreading of the satellites, photos is inexcusable.
Yes.
And heads got to roll over this. Heads have to roll. Now, the president has been denying that it was us.
Okay.
But the New York Times, the Washington Journal, CNN, AP, Reuters, USA Today, and The Guardian all have concluded it was a U.S. strike.
Okay.
They are not assessing blame. They are saying it was accidental because war is hell and innocent people get killed in war.
Yes.
Accidents happen, mistakes happen, right?
Right.
But we have schools on most of our Army installations. The installations that I have been on have at least elementary schools, if not junior high, middle school, and high schools. They are not legitimate targets for China or Russia.
Okay.
If they hit one of our schools, we would be raising bloody hell.
I would think so.
Because it's not a legitimate target. Right? And this is not helpful to the USA to initially or continually blame someone else. If we're still investigating it, at least Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, continues to state that the incident is under investigation. He does not assess blame, but our president assesses blame. So I am not anti-Trump, people, but he needs to shut his mouth when he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I agree with that.
Right? This mistake could have been avoided. It should have been avoided because you could see on public satellite imaging that school was not part of the IRGC military compound. And if public satellites could see it, military satellites should have seen it.
Okay, that makes
because
sense.
they can read license plates, military satellites. So there's no excuse for this. And this is what loses hearts and minds if we're responsible for this. This and body bags is going to, and oil prices is going to derail the American public from supporting this war. They're at 50% now. They can't afford to lose many more people. All right, Iran is bombing Middle Eastern countries' desalinization plants. Between 150 and 200 million people could be affected by the destruction of the over 400 plants that take salt out of salt water and gives them fresh water, because they do not have rivers, freshwater rivers or lakes. 60 million people would lose their primary water immediately. They live in an extreme desert climate, right, with almost no fresh water. Kuwait, that is 90% of their drinking water, and it affects 4.5 million people. Oman, it's 86% of its drinking water and affects 5 million people. Saudi Arabia, 70% of their drinking water and affects 36 million people. And the United Arab Emirates, 42% and affects 10 million people. Reserves of drinking water would run out in days, not weeks.
Wow.
Governments would be forced to ration water immediately, and large cities like Dubai, Riyadh, Doha, and Kuwait City would face massive humanitarian crises. It would trigger the largest water crisis in modern history, and Iran is bombing the desalinization plants. Iran has no morals whatsoever.
Wow.
And then there's the soccer team. 26-member Iranian soccer team was in Australia before the war started.
Yes.
All right? 5 of them refused to sing the Iranian national anthem. It was broadcast live to the elites in Iran. Iranian state television called them traitors, the 5.
Wow. And
threatened the women with great harm if they didn't play along and sing. So they sang the next 2 times.
Wow.
But the 5 requested asylum. Australia wasn't going to give it to them at first, and President Trump threatened Australia and said, please play nice.
Yeah.
Please play nice and let these women defect. But Iran threatened their families. So 2 more, a coach and another player, defected right before they got on the plane. So 7 total defected. That means 19 women returned to Iran under threat of their families. What do you think is going to happen to those 19 women when they get land in Iran?
I wouldn't want to be them.
They're going to be shot or tortured or both. And their families may disappear.
That's kind of sucky because they represented their country in the Olympics, and the fact, well, I don't know if they won anything, but still the fact that they represented the country, they were in a no-win situation.
No-win situation.
Because even if they won, they wouldn't have won.
See, here's the difference. A couple of years ago, when kneeling was going on in the National Football League, and they wouldn't sing the national anthem, wouldn't stand for the national anthem, wouldn't put their hands over their hearts for the national anthem, they would kneel. Right? I didn't like that. I thought there were other ways to protest, except because the national anthem means something to me because I'm a vet.
Exactly.
That's the only reason.
But that's
other than that,
but
I
because
didn't
you're
care.
a vet, you should.
I fought for their freedom.
That's
to do
right.
it.
That's their.
But I didn't like it.
You
There's
don't
a
have to
difference.
like it.
I wouldn't have told them to not do it.
Right.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah.
All we did was yell at them. There's a difference. Iran's going to kill those girls.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in Iran and the United States.
How do you think the world would take? I mean, are we going to know? Are we ever going to know?
No, we'll never know.
So there's no way we would take action on it anyway because we don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know that I mean, yeah, you have to worry about your. I mean, but it's such a conundrum because if they didn't return, they would kill the families, and if they did return, they would kill the families. So at that point, I don't know what I would do.
That's why we want a regime change, but we're not going to get regime change because they elected someone who is hardline as the 2 previous supreme leaders. The IRGC is never going to give up. It would take 500,000 U.S. soldiers and Marines in there to kill all the IRGC members. That's never going to happen. We're not going to have regime change because the population, when they did rise up, 30,000 of them got killed.
I can't even imagine that. 30,000,
just like that, dead.
It's crazy.
So let's switch to something a little bit nicer. Do you know who Kristi Noem is?
Yes, I do.
Well, she was fired.
Yes, she was.
She was.
We just touched on it last week.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, she was fired because of ICE in Minnesota, number one.
Yes. And
ICE didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that coming. I mean, it was really hard not to.
She also was fired because she said that the gentleman who was killed was a terrorist, a homegrown terrorist, which was not the case. He was a little crazy, but he was not a homegrown terrorist. Okay? Didn't deserve to die. Right? Staff inside the Department of Homeland Security is quoted as being the lowest morale they've ever had. Now, here's the kicker, right? She spent $220 million on a national advertising campaign, of which she was the lone star of the commercial. That ticked off Trump. He doesn't like to be upstaged. All right. Also, she claimed the president knew about the commercial and national campaign and approved the commercial and national campaign. He found out about it in the Senate hearing when she said that. He didn't know anything about it. Also, she did not handle an allegation that she had sex with a subordinate, had an affair with a subordinate. She did not handle it well. She was attacked not only by the Democrats, who we know would attack her, That's just par for the course. She was attacked by a bunch of Republicans, too, who wanted her out. So Trump fired her, but he didn't really fire her. He gave her a new job called, what is that new job called here? I didn't write down what the new job is called. But anyhow, she coordinates with governments in Latin America for joint operations against the drug cartels, immigration into the United States, money laundering, and drug networks and foreign influences, such as China, Russia, and terrorist organizations in our hemisphere.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to look up her
job title.
What her title is.
Yeah.
She is as the Secretary of Homeland Security is what
no, that's what her old title.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. I don't think it was updated because it doesn't say.
So she coordinates with governments in Latin America for these joint operations, and she coordinates with U.S. officials such as Secretary of State and Secretary of War, law enforcement and intelligence agencies for southern, and central, and North American countries. And she serves as the main diplomat liaison for the Coalition of the Willing, which is 17 countries have banded together. This is a real win for Trump. 17 countries in this hemisphere have banded together against the drug cartels, immigration, sex trafficking, human trafficking. So this is a big win for Trump. Now, why he put her in, nobody knows. It's not been reported the reason for this.
Yeah.
Because he was so mad at her. It isn't like Trump to slide somebody over.
Yeah.
Right? So nobody really knows why. His replacement is Mark Wayne Mullins, a Native American, the only Native American senator in our government. And he's a Trump MAGA guy, and that's about all anybody knows why he was chosen. And he'll take over the job March 31st. So they have an interim director for right now.
Wow.
But I think you're going to see a big change in the Department of Homeland Security and how they conduct immigration raids from now on, because the press was so bad, and he is underwater on immigration now, which is his number one thing that he ran on was immigration, and now he's underwater in the polls on immigration.
Oh, man.
So I think you're going to see a major change. A major change. So she's gone. Hey, I got one more thing for you.
I got a couple others that you probably should have had. But,
okay, go ahead. Because I want to chanch subjects. So
okay, first off, here's the two men that were from Pennsylvania that had the throwing device. There's the article on that. At the home of New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani. So that's that article there. Talks about them. It says an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old facing federal charges after being arrested outside Gracie Mansion, the mayor's home, on Saturday. So that was the one. U.S. economy loses 92,000 jobs. Unemployment rises 4.4% in February. I don't know if you wanted to touch on that or not.
Well, some of that's AI related.
Okay.
There's been a lot of companies that are downsizing because of AI. I know little about AI, but I tell you what, I don't have to do as much research on my sermons. I don't have to do as much research for tonight.
Right.
Because AI, I ask it a question and it spits out more information than I need.
Yeah.
And I find it to be credible and accurate, and it's learning me.
Yeah. Originally, when it first came out, if you were going to watch, if you were going to do AI stuff, you had to be careful because the facts weren't necessarily up to date. Like, in other words, let's say, for instance, the guy that I say, I'm trying to think of somebody who did I do an obituary of recently? I can't remember who any of them, but I'd say, give me an obituary on this guy, and they'd say, he's not dead yet. And he had died like a year ago. You know, it was a couple years behind. Now they're right up to date. Everything you get is fairly accurate, and a lot of the times I don't even have to question their accuracy because it's really, you know, I had to question it before. I'd ask for a date that they were born. You know, in the obituary, I'd ask to give me an obituary. It would give me the wrong dates, the wrong dates they were born, the wrong dates they died.
It doesn't seem to happen anymore.
It does not. It's
so today,
it's very accurate.
Today, I didn't know how to spell Pete Hegseth's last name, the Secretary of War. So I asked it, how do you spell Pete Hegseth's Secretary of War's last name? It came back, there is no Secretary of War. And it started listing when there was a Secretary of War, the last Secretary of War.
Wow.
Right? And I said to AI, I said, I'd like to correct you. There is a Secretary of War. There's a department called the Department of War. It came back with correction. It is not officially the Department of War.
Oh.
The Congress has to change that name. Trump signed a presidential order.
That's interesting.
To be called that. But it has not technically changed, so it corrected me.
Interesting.
And it was absolutely 100% correct.
That's cool.
So I learned to appreciate and trust AI even more now. And it's learning my biases. It's learning that I'm not anti-Trump, but I'm not pro-Trump.
Right, and that's the thing that's the power about that, is it learns everything about you and it caters to what you're looking for. Not so in this case, you didn't know the official name, and it corrected you and told you this is why you're not correct. And yeah, that's interesting. And the last thing I have that you haven't talked about is the tariff refund system.
Well, I haven't researched it.
Okay. Well,
read it. I'm interested.
Yes, it is interesting. The tariff refund system is expected to be operational in 45 days. So I should have got another. I don't know if this is going to let me do it because it's okay. Let me see if I can get another site that will give me the right information, because I don't subscribe to Wall Street Journal, so I have to get it sideways here.
That's the only part of this that sucks, is you have to subscribe to do this show, right? You have to subscribe to everything.
Okay, here's the AI version. It says that U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, announced a new automated system to process approximately $1.66 billion in illegal tariff funds. Will be operational within 45 days of March 6th. The system aims to avoid 4 million hours of manual work by allowing streamlined single submission aggregated refunds for over 330,000 importers. Details of the system. The system's expected to be functional to mid to late April 2026. The process, instead of manual entry by entry processing, importers will submit declarations via Automated Commercial Environment, ACE. The system will handle refunds for tariffs collected under the International Emergency Economic Power Acts that were struck down by the Supreme Court. The efficiency is the system aims to aggregate refunds by importer rather than by individual shipment, significantly reducing paperwork. The action required importer should. Hold on. Importer should. Importer should. Where'd it go? Oh no, it's gone. Where'd it go?
Should make refunds. Lower prices.
Okay. I don't know where I left off, but scale of refunds that they must refund over 53 million entries for approximately 330 importers. The proposed system will consolidate refunds on an importer by importer base. Okay, that's the stuff I was talking about. Mandatory. Okay, so ACH enrollment. Importers must be enrolled in ACH, which is, you would, if you're getting Social Security, you get it through ACH. Verification, importers should confirm their banking and okay, we don't need to know all that stuff, but so that's what they're going to do with the stuff. I mean,
well, they're going to give it to the importers, but are they going to pass it along in their distribution network to the individual grocery stores, furniture manufacturers? Are they going to then lower the prices of their products?
I don't think so.
Or are they just going to take the profit and run?
I think they're going to take the profit and run. I'll bet you. Because it's hard to say, but that's what I believe to be the issue. So they have 45 days to start the refunds, and I don't know how they would do that. I don't know how they would get it to the stores and stuff like that. So I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Got one more thing for you.
Yeah, man.
Let's say we decided to nuke Tehran. And we shoot a 1 megaton Minuteman I missile at Tehran. We do an airburst. How many casualties and injuries do you think?
The biggest problem with that is we take out the wrong people.
Well, this is just a calculation.
Yeah, I mean,
there'd be 2,420,550 fatalities, 3,709 injuries. That is what a nuclear bomb of 1 megaton would do. Now, we live near. Let's find this here real quick. A 10 kiloton nuclear terrorism device at surface and casualties hitting Philadelphia. Something that a terrorist could do.
Okay.
There'd be 18,500 deaths. There'd be 32,500 injuries. Just what a terrorist could do in Philadelphia. And the blast radius would go out to Kensington Square and Tioga Park. And the actual radiation radius would go out to Kingston, Yorktown, Haverstown, just to name a few places. This is a site where you can sit and play, putting in cities, putting in megatons, and you can predict the cost. The reason why I brought it up is because it kills the wrong people.
Yeah.
And because it's so dangerous. This is why we're going after the nukes that Iran has.
Right.
Because they would use it. They're crazy enough. They are true believers. They are wicked, demonic, true believers. And they would use a nuclear device if they could get their hands on it.
Sure. Yeah. That's crazy when you think about it. I mean, this is... it scares me because when we were growing up, we always worried about who would pull the or push the button first, and we're living it.
I went under the desk.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's sad that we have to think about things like that. And back in the day, back when we were kids and stuff, it probably was a lot less likely to happen than it could happen now. So, it concerns me a little bit.
One last thing.
Yeah.
And I'll turn it over to you for the last half hour. Judge Judy. We all know Judge Judy.
I knew who it is, yeah.
Yeah, Judge Judy had a 20-year television program where she brought in people that agreed to have their cases tried by her.
Right.
And not go through the court system.
Right.
Right. And usually it was great watching because usually there was a jerk, and then there was somebody that
Sure.
was being wronged, and she made an ass out of the jerk. Right? That was great television.
Yeah.
It really was. I watched it.
Yeah.
Do you know what she made in her last years?
I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Wouldn't even know where to start, huh?
Well, you think about this. A movie star, a TV star. I mean, those guys. Let's talk about Friends, for instance. They got millions of dollars per episode. I mean, they worked to get there, and they changed the industry. They probably made it so that she made a lot of money too.
$47 million a year.
That's almost what I make.
Yeah.
Oh wait, spend. That's almost what I spend. That's a pretty.
That's a nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
And she's still doing it. She's just doing it on a different network. She went back in. I think she wanted more money, couldn't live on it.
Yeah, it's tough to, she's...
$47 million doesn't buy what it used to anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of mansions have gone up in price, Wow, that's a lot of money. All right, well, let's see. Where do I want to start here? Okay, we can do that next week.
Sorry I took so much time.
No. Believe me, we started late. You're right on time. You're maybe 5 minutes over or 10 minutes over, but you're no problem. But we started late, so that's how it goes. All right. First off, this is 150 years anniversary of something. Do you know what it is?
150 years?
150 years.
I know what 250 years is.
Nope, I'm talking 150.
I'm not sure what 150 years is.
Let me see. Hello?
Of the telephone.
The telephone. 150 years of the first telephone call ever made from his Boston lab to his assistant in a nearby room. Now, I posted something on Facebook about this, and there's so many idiots out there. I got to tell you, there's a lot of idiots out there. So I'm going to tell you what I posted, and then I'm going to tell you what he said. This guy that there's always somebody out there that makes your life. Well, I won't say it made it miserable, but it's stupid things that irritate me. It didn't irritate me too much. I mean, I was amused more than irritated, I guess. But so I posted this. Now let me go to my page because I might as well do it there because that's where I'll find it quicker. Oh shoot, I forgot it's her birthday too. I got to do a birthday shout out. Let's see here. Here it is. So here's the one, and I'll make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so on here I say, Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you. Alexander Graham Bell's first words transmitted to telephone. Okay. You good with that?
I'm good with that. That's what he said, yes.
Well, I get a guy. I don't. Oh, where's it at? Come on. You're telling me it's not there now. He must have gotten rid of his, because a guy posted and said, it's not it's not come here, I want to see you. It's something like, come here, I need to see you, or something stupid like that. One word change or something like that. And this guy made this big fuss that I quoted him wrong. Let me see here. I'll find it. And I thought, what? Are you really seriously saying that? So I made a smart aleck remark back to him, and because it warranted it. Where is it though? Hold on. No, it's not. I'm not going to be able to show it to you because I think he deleted his comment. There it is. Oh, there it is. So he said, I think the actual quote was, Watson, come here, I want you. And it went directly to voicemail. That was his joke. Okay. I said, I wasn't there. I just ran into the quote on a site. And the guy goes, I was there installing some HVAC ductwork in Bell's lab at the time. And that's exactly what I heard 150 years ago. And I said, I'm impressed. The letter I got from Mr. Bell said, that what I posted was right, but he was probably drunk. But like, really? I mean, I posted a million of these things, these things that are inspirational or positive things, or depending on the thing. And that's the first time I had anybody post anything to my saying I was wrong. But I guess I read it wrong, because now that I see the right answer, he was probably joking around. But it was just kind of weird that I got a comment on that. I like when people comment saying, "Hey, that's a good quote. That's good. That's neat." And those are kind of cool. But when someone corrects me over something like that, I'm thinking, well, what's your point?
Well, I think he was making a joke.
Now that I reread it, I see that I was actually the jerk. But that's not surprising. Okay, so
I didn't say that, Michael.
It says here. It says the breakthrough came through days after Bell received a patent for telephone technology. 4 days after his 29th birthday, his successful prototype used acidified water to convert acoustic oscillations created by the human voice into electrical voice-mimicking oscillations that would travel to a receiver. And the design closely resembled that of American engineer Alicia Gray, who unsuccessfully contested Bell's patent in court. Bell went on to commercialize his telephone by founding the Bell Telephone Company, which eventually became the American Telephone and Telegraph Company, or AT&T. I never made that correlation.
American Telephone and Telegraph?
Yeah, I never made that correlation. Nearly 100 years after Bell's first phone call, Motorola engineer Marty Cooper made the first cell phone call. And so I thought that was kind of cool. But that's one. Then I've got, the police have identified the woman arrested in connection with the Sunday shooting at the home of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, or whatever his name is. A spokesman for the LAPD told the news that the 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz was booked for attempted murder. Bail's been set. How much do you think?
$10,000.
$10 million.
$10 million.
$225,000. News broke Sunday that a woman had fired several shots in the Beverly Hills mansion, with a round penetrating into the home. The woman reportedly fired shots from her car. Guess what the car was?
A Tesla.
It was a Tesla. Across the street, and then fled the scene. So it's just weird that I don't get it. I mean, whether you like her or don't like her or whatever,
don't deserve to have shots fired at her.
Yeah, I mean,
do we know the motive?
No, I don't think so. I don't know that they even got her.
Do we know the motive?
Oh, it was booked. Wait a minute. Let's see. See if the New York Post told me what the motive. It may have the motive. Let's see. She's from Florida. Was taken into custody without further incident. The weapon was recovered. Suspect shot. Okay, we saw that. And accused shooter offers bizarre motive for attack on the mansion. Let's see what the bizarre motive is. Since we have a bizarre motive, let's see what that is. Okay, come on. Don't take so long. New York Post, you're supposed to be fast. Come on. Come on, come on. All right, here we go. What was the motive? Wow, that's a freaking nice house. That rivals my house.
As seen from a drone.
That's right. Okay, she claimed the pop megastar was stealing from her, was jealous of her, and was a witch with a devil's face in a series of clips on her YouTube channel. What?
What was she smoking?
I don't know. She better not pass that on, because there's a lot of people who would probably do things like that if they were taking the same thing. I don't see a rambling social media post depicted an obsessed stalker who had a vicious grudge against the singer for a raft of bizarre reasons. So, here we go. In one, she says, got Rihanna over there all jealous because how I am, because her face is the devil. Rihanna, is it Rihanna? Rihanna is the face of the devil. I'll take that face. I don't like her.
Pretty devil.
I don't like her, and she's always trying to steal from me, and she's not ever put any music out, or put out any music to reach people. She's put out her little music so she could do witchcraft, and so she can steal from people. So everybody please stop. Don't listen to her. Don't follow her, because she's stealing from you. I'd say that woman has an issue. So you guys need to wake up and don't give that girl any attention. She can't come over here and steal my thoughts. She continued in another video, even though the devil and Rihanna are really loud, God and Jesus Christ are doing something, and myself, because the devil, he doesn't want it to be me. He doesn't want me to be a Christian woman of God. That's because that's what it is. I'm indifferent to Rihanna. I'm indifferent to you, to a lot of you, what is it? I'm indifferent to a lot of your girls, devil. Is there anything else? Man, this is good. I could spend a day with reading this stuff. Rihanna and the devil may be loud. They may be very loud, but that's not power. And that's not power. Me and Jesus Christ are good. In one more, she adds, listen, Rihanna, when you die, God will take me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the F up. I don't think God would appreciate that kind of talk.
She doesn't appreciate anything she's talking about.
Yeah, she's a witch. I'm a watchman. Get that stupid girl out of here. They can't do this. They can't do this. Insiders reveal Rihanna doesn't understand why her family was targeted. Sources say she is freaking the F out after a woman shot her. I would be too.
Yeah.
If someone's shooting, I'd be seriously thinking about that.
It's a shame that our stars and our politicians and our stars, our sports stars and our cinema stars and television stars have to hire private security.
It's crazy. It's just, if you don't like...
If she doesn't have private security before, she's going to have private security now.
I would imagine, yeah. I just ignore her. Don't go crazy.
Well, she said a key word. She's a watchman. See, she is reading a lot of fiction about witches and witchcraft, and watchman is somebody who stands over and watches for these people and tries to eliminate them.
Oh, by the way, Christine says Doug's information is so important. So there you go. You're
my number one fan.
Number one fan. I wish she was my number one fan, but
Don't get jealous, Michael.
I am jealous. I'm jealous. That's okay. Your wife says I'm her number one fan.
There you go.
So we'll swap. I don't know.
You put up with it.
No. That's okay. I like my freedom.
I'm not allowed to buy any streaming service I want, Michael.
Right, that's what I mean. I got HBO. I'm not trading. I hope neither of them are listening. I know mine's listening, so actually. Anyway, so that's two stories that's one story I can get rid of. That woman sounds like she's going to be put away for a while. But if you're going to shoot...
No, she won't be put away for a while. She'll be put in a mental institution and be released in a year.
That's what I mean. She's smart. Even if she isn't crazy, she's smart enough to know what she did was wrong, and she didn't get her person that she wanted to kill. So she got her 15 minutes of fame, and she's going to go away for a year or whatever, and then she'll be out and she'll be fine. People like that, I think they're a lot smarter than we give them credit for. So, I don't know. All right, next. Alexander Butterfield, you know who he is?
No.
You should know who he is. The White House aide who exposed the Watergate tapes that led to former President Nixon's resignation.
Okay.
Dies at 99.
99 years old.
Did you have him on the list? No. Because you didn't know who he was.
Because I didn't know
If I knew who he was, I would have put him on the list.
I would have given you
I don't think anybody's got any points yet, right?
Nobody's got any points.
Oh, it's early.
I'm hoping.
I hope you don't win again. Oh, we got to do the.
We got to do the bingo game.
I've been so freaking.
We've got 3 things we have to do. We have to do Chosen. We have to do.
Yep.
Rockstar,
Yep.
and we have to do.
Well, the first
bingo.
thing is bingo's got to be done. I got to do that for next week, and I think I'll be available a little bit tomorrow. So I'm going to try to work on that tomorrow. I'll try to make three bingo cards because I think Christine will probably want to play, and then I'll let you guys pick the first 2, and I'll take the last one.
Okay.
So that way I'm not. No. Okay. So Arnold Schwarzenegger will reprise his star-making role 40 years later. Which one do you think it is? What do you think?
It's not Terminator.
Is it Terminator?
It can't be Terminator. At his age?
It is Terminator. No, before there was Terminator, he was Conan the Barbarian.
Conan. Is he going to be Father Conan?
It says, as the curtain has not closed for Conan the Barbarian. As it turns out, the former governor, he's 78, and the celebrated filmmaker Christopher McQuarrie are set to relaunch the 40-year-old movie franchise.
He's got to be passing the torch on to his son.
He's got to be doing something. Well, his son, think about it.
Well, his son's probably in his 50s.
Yeah, that's not quite fair to him. His son should have been. It's like these guys that. It's like what's his face who just retired. What's his name? Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
And he passed it on to his son. His son's like 20 years younger. He's ancient, so his son's like 70 something. So it's like, I'd say, hey, Dad, you should have died like a couple years, a lot longer ago, so I could enjoy.
Well, think about King Charles.
Yes, exactly. King Charles is a perfect example. Oh, these guys. Anyway, Mission Impossible fans might recognize McQuarrie, 57, as director of the 4 most recent films from that franchise. Looking ahead, he's looking to direct King Conan. Not Conan. 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 Yeah, Conan. For 20th Century Studios. Some people should just retire while they're ahead.
They miss the limelight.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Why do you think I am constantly working? Because I'll die if I stop working.
Well, I would too, Mike.
And yeah, I mean, it's like
I begged my daughter not to take homeschooling away from me because that would wreck me. And if I lost the Salvation Army gig, preaching and teaching, I would sit around and I'd be dead in a year.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact. I mean, people say, "Oh, you're busy. You're really crazy busy." I am, but
yeah, but that makes life better.
But you know what? When I was working, I was doing all the same stuff. It's actually less work than before, because before I had a job too. I'm doing exactly well. I didn't have 2 bands, but I had a band and I had wrestling and I did have the radio show. All that stuff was going on at the same time I was working. I'm actually doing less work than I did when I was working. So that's, but
it keeps you young.
I wouldn't know what in the world I would do if I didn't. I'd be sitting watching TV all day.
Yeah.
And I already watch TV all day because it's on in the background. But
you watch TV because you like it, not because it's the only thing you have to do.
Yeah, and the thing is, I like keeping busy. I like doing things. And the thing is now, somebody asked me earlier, a scammer asked me earlier, what I do for a living, and I said, entertainment. And they said, well, what do you mean entertainment? And I told them all the things I'm doing. Of course, they are trying to be my friend, and they want me to be on WhatsApp or Telegram. And I said, nope, I'm not going. I said, you want to talk to me? You came to me. Why are you asking me to leave this platform? You came to me. If you didn't want to come to this platform to talk, you shouldn't have come to me. You're not going to get me to go to Telegram. You're not going to get me to go to WhatsApp. You know.
So you sit and talk to him. I was going to talk to a scammer the other day, and my wife hung up the phone on
Well,
me.
I was going to talk to. I wanted to lead this person on, and I like to go
work
through
'em.
that.
You wanted to work them.
Yeah, and I've worked many of them. I stopped doing it for a while because I just have been busy, and plus I got scammed that time. And that person was not the person that scammed me, but it made me less likely to want to play games with them. But you know, they didn't do it. It was the idiots at freaking Comcast. So anyway, he'll be coming back for that. And also Sly Stallone is also going to do one too. What was the name of the one? Wait a minute. Oh, he's going to do another Rambo. They should call it Rambo, or call Conan the Geriatric or something like that.
Or the senile Rambo.
Yeah. Or maybe make Rambo meet Conan. So, just kind of weird.
And have the two duke it out at 78
Exactly,
years old.
yes.
Who would pay to watch two guys at 78 years old duke it out?
It's just I mean I like Stallone. He's my role model. He wrote things so he could be in them. He couldn't get a job in Hollywood if his life depended on it. And his mother was in the business, but because his way he talks and stuff like that, he couldn't get a job. So he wrote Rocky. And that's the reason he's what he is. It took him so I believe the same thing. I was getting jobs here and there, but I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't getting any traction. And I'd get a job here and there that was bit parts. So what did I do? I wrote my own stuff, and I've got plenty of stuff to keep me going. If I can get one in the door, I'll get the other ones in the door. So that's why I wrote Flock, because it's a simple concept. It's funny, and it could lead to other things. Like I want Vital Idol to make it, because that's my tribute to Ken. And it's my tribute to everything we've worked on for 38 years, to be able to play our music on the air and the stories we wrote around our stuff. Because we sat back and said, wouldn't this be cool if this was this? I said, we write stories in our music. Why don't we make those stories come to life? That's where the whole thing came from. And that was in 2006. I said, we got all these stories about life. We got an album that is about, it's not a, hey, let's party and do things. Ours were real stories about things. My dad dying, that's a story. That Remember Me was about him. So I said, why can't we make it into a story? And that's why we did the video. That's why we did the videos like that. But I had already written the first Vital Idol, the pilot. I was originally just doing one, and I was going to do it as a movie. But then I thought, well, why stop there? Why can't I do every song we've done as a show? And I started writing other stuff, and I thought, oh, this could work. So, and the people that heard it liked the idea. The problem is, I knew nobody. But now the idea is I get in the door with Flocked, and then I can spread out to the other shows. And even if I'm not acting in them, I could still produce the ones I'm not acting in. As long as I get Vital Idol, I don't care about the other ones. But, I really care about Flock because I like the concept, and I like the people I wrote it about. And the people that I wrote it about are all friends of mine, so why not make... And I talked to them the other day. We had a group chat, and they could use it more than me, because they're not in good places themselves. They're all hurting for money. They're all feeling, where am I going to turn to next? It'd be cool if I got that written and we could all benefit from it.
Yeah.
So that's my big goal, is that I want to make this work, and it could. And with my mentor, it has a better possibility of working. So I'm hoping that we can pull this all together. And my last mentoring session with her is Thursday, and then I'm going to join her group that does office hours every week. I think it's every week, and that'll be cool, because then I get to network with more people and people with a similar vision. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool because everything's working the way I think it should work, and it's kind of fun. All right. Next thing. The next thing is Tennessee Children's Hospital has been renamed. What do you think it is?
Trump Children's Hospital.
It's a female singer.
Dolly
Parton is now the namesake of a Tennessee Children's Hospital. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I mean, she's a very giving person, and I think it's really awesome. So maybe someday I can do something like that. I'd love to be able.
It's
to...
like Danny Thomas has
Yes.
a hospital named after
Yes,
him.
awesome, and that's just. I just think that's really cool. And as I get older, I'm willing to give back. When I was younger, I could care less if I gave back. For some reason, I just feel it's kind of important, especially since I can do it. When I was younger, I never saw the vision because I never really saw that that was something I could even accomplish. But as I got older and became, I don't want to say, not that I could be, not that I'm, not that I was popular, but I'm able to do something, and that's why I have this kids' school, this stupid wrestling school. Is that it's not for me. I'm not getting a benefit out of it. In fact, I'm paying for this school, but the idea that I'm helping these kids reach their dreams is really kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And I wish that somebody would have done that for me, but in a sense, somebody did. Your mother did. Your mother was the first step that helped me when I never asked her for help. That was cool. And I always remember that. That means a lot to
Mike,
me.
she never told me she did that. You told me she did that. She never bragged on herself.
She I can't tell you how much that meant to me because I never had anything like that. It was very important. It just the amount of the fact that she wouldn't take the money back. I mean, it's one thing to help somebody, but she wouldn't take the money back. That meant so much to me because I did pay it forward time and time again. And even if you take away the school, I did it time and time again. And I've helped other people adopt that thing because people have told me, because of you, I did this. Because of you, I've done this. And so it comes back to you and you think, I may have actually made a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah, you made a difference.
And that's really cool.
My mom made a difference in yours, and you've made a difference in other people.
Yes. Did you know that in 1969, for 5 months, Niagara Falls stopped flowing?
Stopped as in it stopped itself, or we stopped it?
According to this, in 1969, engineers stopped it from flowing for the first time in 12,000 years to prevent erosion, revealing hidden coins, boulders, and rare dry view before restoring it.
Didn't they also find skeletons in barrels?
I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, I guess we can.
Niagara Falls not stopped flowing. In 1969, engineers shut off the American Falls for the first time in 12,000 years. Why? Erosion and rock falls were threatening to turn the iconic cascade into a pile of rapids. So the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers dumped 28,000 tons of rock upstream in the River. And for 5 months, the falls were dry, exposing lost coins, unstable boulders, and a once-in-a-lifetime view. Then, on November 25th, they removed the dam, and the mighty falls rolled back to life.
Is that wild? Huh. I had never known that.
Yeah, I knew it because I traveled to Canada so much. I actually saw it.
Okay. Well, something else I found interesting was that advancements in microphone technology revolutionized the way singers sing. Now, I never really thought about it, but being a singer, this caught my eye. The article here is microphone technology made crooning possible. Before the electric microphone, vocalists needed to project their voice, needed to project to have their voice captured. Now that's just, I mean, that's only logical. But do you know how they did it before that? Before this microphone? You're not. This freaked me out. Let me see if I can get it to work. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can I get this any louder? No, that's going to be the loudest. Hold on, I'll put my microphone down by it. This is really. Wait a minute. Maybe I can do it this way. See if this is going to work. If this works, this will be awesome. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. That's all the way up, isn't it? Let's see. Which one is that? Oh, that's not turned on. Which one would it be? It's one of these. Can't really hear it, can you? See if it's going through this mixer. It's not playing. Why is that?
There are obvious differences between the two recordings. First, Lucas is a tenor and Sinatra is a baritone. Lucas transposed the song to the key so he could sing the melody higher. The tempo of Sinatra's version is...
All right, I'll just give the Reader's Digest version. So basically, before the microphone, this was so weird that I saw this. Let's see if this is the video that I saw. That, to do a vocal arrangement in a big band thing, the way they would record this was they would put, they'd have everybody play at once, so you'd have the whole band, but you couldn't hear the vocals. So what they did was they had this, before they had a microphone, they had this tunnel that you would sit in front of the band with this. Let's say the band is where you are. I would be facing you, and I'd have this big, like, cone. It's like a giant cone in front of my face, and I would sing into that cone, and it would capture the voice while I'm singing. It had to be mixed right because the band's playing at the same time. So you'd be singing into this big cone.
And that's how they got the.
And that's how they got that vocal, because they didn't have microphones per se. So it just kind of cool, because I love this this video, because I saw the video. I think it was on YouTube, but it was really, really cool, because I never really thought about it, but how would they do it? And because, like, in studios, everybody's in a different room, and or they do one track at a time. They do the drums with something as a guide track, so we knew where to play, and then they do the bass, and then they do each thing. But in real life, when you're doing vocals, you would do the vocals last. And so, in the sense of the fact that they didn't break the individual instruments, they had to do it live. They had to be right on every time. So you have one take, and you're done. If you don't do it right the first time, you got to do it all over again. In those days, today, if you were to try to do something like that, you would be in your own isolated room. And if the bass player screwed up, the bass player would have to do his part, but everybody else, as long as they're right, and live recordings, like when you're playing live in front of an audience, you go with whatever you got. So you can't make mistakes, or you can't, if you screw it up, you just screwed up the whole recording, and it's a lot different now because you can do one track at a time. Or sometimes the guitar will play 3 or 4 different times because he's playing different parts at different things. So it just was interesting that it showed how they had that giant cone in front of them.
Like a megaphone. Yeah,
it was a reverse megaphone. It would be the big, and then it goes to the small. So it just was interesting to see the actual video of that guy doing his part. See if they, I don't think it's shown in here. Let me see if they, oh, there it is. There it is. Wait a minute, let me get back there. That's the part I saw that I thought was really cool. Wait a minute, where'd it go? Lost it again. It just was really cool to think that, there it is.
I see it.
Yeah, well, that's, hold on, let me, okay, so there's the thing he's singing into. He's singing into it there, and it's going out here to record. It just is really cool because it showed it from the other side where he's standing in front of that open hole, and he's singing into that. But I mean, all the musicians are all around him, so everybody's got to be mixed exactly right because you only get one take. So it just was interesting to me, being a singer, especially. That would be interesting to me because I'm thinking, how did they do that back then? But they did it the hard way. There it was. There it is. There it is.
That is cool.
Singing into a big reverse cone, and it's going into that little place there. It just was just kind of neat. So that was kind of cool because obviously that would be my interest because what I do.
It's 10:07.
Yeah.
Do one more. I like to do at least 2 because one of them's short. There's a senior citizen. It's called the Rolling Scones. Yes.
Cooking Club. It encourages senior living residents to be creative in the kitchen. I thought that was kind of neat. Join the Rolling Scones. That was kind of cool. Then I also wanted to bring up, because we started late, I didn't get a lot of the stuff. There's a new Monsters Inc. 3 coming.
Oh, okay. I like those. I like those movies.
They're awesome. That'll be coming out in 2028. And the Incredibles 3 is also coming out.
That's cool, too.
And Coco 2 is coming out. So they have some new animations coming out. That's we can delete now. And the 54th Iditarod is it kicked off. I think it was supposed to be kicked off yesterday. Let's see here. With hundreds of dogs amassing at the ceremonial start in downtown Anchorage, Alaska. Those people are nuts.
They are nuts.
Did you ever watch Top Gear?
No.
Okay. It started out as a British program, and it was all about cars, trucks, mostly cars, and mostly nice cars. They had a deal where they got a pickup. There's 3 main members. 2 of the members rode in a pickup in Alaska, and they were going to the top of the world. And the other member had to go in a dog sled. First off, anybody that does that in a dog sled is insane because I can't imagine. You had to learn how to run with the dogs. You had to learn
how to
ride
brake, how to turn, how to and how to stay warm.
And how to stay warm. And the dogs were like, they're just, I would love those dogs. I'd be in heaven with the dogs, but I'd hate the cold. But anyway, they did the thing, and you had to decide who's going to win, the truck or the dogs.
Huh. Dogs win.
The dogs lost, but only by like 5 minutes. It was, or maybe 15 minutes. It was, the dogs were ahead at some point because there was a storm and all that stuff, and the guys couldn't drive. They kept getting stuck in the snow and stuff. They had a Toyota Highlander, or not a Highlander. It was I don't know, but anyway, they took that to the nth degree. I would have never, ever, ever done that. I don't like cold that much. And I don't like putting my life on the line because they could have all died in that.
Yeah.
But they did that, and that was kind of cool. They have the person, if you win the dog sled race, what do you think? How much do you think they get?
$50,000.
You're really close. 57 to 80. So yeah, that's. I wouldn't do that for $1 million. I mean, they could offer it to me, but there's no way.
The older I get, the less I like the cold.
Exactly. The race dates back to 1973 with co-founders Dorothy Page and John Reddington Sr. seeking to honor the state's mushing tradition. The race honors Alaska's Iditarod Trail, which is, how far do you think it is?
I don't know how far.
I wouldn't have ever thought it was this far, but it says a 938-mile freight and mail route forged in 1908 that was later instrumental in responding to the diphtheria outbreak. Though the first race, 1,000 miles, lasted 20 days. 20 days in the cold. I don't want to be out in the cold an hour. 20 days in the cold. There were 12 to 16 dogs per sled to start, and some dogs exit due to injury. Mushers must finish with at least 5 dogs. Norwegian billionaire Kjell Roki will join the fray in this year's race in an honorary expedition capacity. He's contributing to the race's purse. So that's lifting the yield from 57 to 80K this year. So that's kind of cool.
Sarah Palin, you know who she was?
Yes, I do.
Was her husband raced in the
NASA reportedly reported yesterday that it deliberately changed an asteroid's orbit around the sun for the first time, a feat that could one day divert a space rock from slamming into Earth.
Cool.
That's kind of cool too. Yeah, I kind of felt that was interesting. It says the largest asteroid impact recorded in modern history exploded over Siberia in 1908 with a power of roughly 185 Hiroshima bombs. So we're trying to make sure that if it comes to a point where something's headed our way, we don't end up in a situation we can't defend.
The trees in that thing just went like this, laid down for miles and miles and miles.
I can't even imagine. Let me see if there's anything else that is important. Britney Spears got arrested
for drunk driving.
That girl had some serious issues. So that's kind of weird. You know, I would think if you're her, you'd have people to drive you. And let's see. I'll end it with this one, I guess. Oh, no, there's 2 other things. 3 other things. I'll make them quick. Sean Diddy Combs is going to be released a month and a half earlier.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
for good behavior, I'm sure.
Oh, something. I don't know. He'll be back in jail if we're paying attention to him. People are going to pay attention to him. A retrial is set. Yeah, set for Harvey Weinstein, whatever. It says here 12. It says about it'll be in June. Or wait,
he'll be found guilty again.
I don't know. I think he might have a chance because of the Me Too stuff. because he got hit with he was the Me Too.
Yeah, he's the one started.
So they might have some
compassion for him.
And he's dying anyway. He's got all kinds of issues. And I already did that, so we can get rid of that.
Well, Combs has more trials coming up.
Yeah. Oh.
There was a guy that said he was raped by Combs multiple times. Now, my response to that is, it happened once. Why would you allow it to happen again?
Because of money. He probably paid him well. Kanye West had a tough day in court Friday as he reported the struggle to stay awake on the witness stand. I don't think I'd be like that if I was on the witness stand.
I think I'd be wide awake.
I would be wide awake anyway, but...
Probably scared. Well, I've been in a witness stand, and you are... I was totally aware of everything that was happening.
I would be too, especially if my life's on the line.
Well, that's...
Then there was a high school teacher, 40 dies when student prank goes wrong. They apparently did a prank about a car hitting... wasn't supposed to hit him, but it ended up hitting him, and he died. So that's sad. So that's something that we're going to hear probably more about. And okay, that one's done. I did that one already. Why did I have 3 of them? Okay, that's that. Okay. Then I'll do one last one, and I'm doing it because it's funny. Well, kind of funny. Kind of weird funny. Tourist stole and tortured a flamingo at the iconic Las Vegas Strip Hotel. What is wrong with people?
People are just not right, man.
Don't get it. I don't get what the... I mean, why would you, of all things, a flamingo...
What did that flamingo ever do to them?
Maybe it danced.
Maybe.
Bad. All right. I've tortured you all enough, speaking of which. I guess it's time to say goodbye, and I think we had a pretty cool show considering we started so late. But, yeah. Let's see.
So that's what happens when I show up. It messes you up because you have to change everything.
Well, the thing is, I'm not going to change it from here. Now, it's been down because I changed things around, but now that we got your microphone set up, we got your basic stuff. It'll be quicker next time. It's just been a while since I've done that, and I've made changes since you were here, so I don't think I'll be changing anything other than cleaning up a little bit. But okay, a lot of it.
You guys can't see that, but
you don't need to see it. It's perfectly clean and a lot of organization.
It's not that it's dirty. It's just that it's
cluttered.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mike, for all your fans to know, you hunt for things and you find them.
Yes.
So there is order to your chaos.
Yes, there is. And they don't realize that sometimes you have to buy multiple things to get the thing to work right till you find what works. Like in the school, I had to try how many times to get the commentary to work where it is now. And that's this is a work in progress. But
20 years?
Oh, 26 years.
26 years.
Yeah, get it right. Get it right. If you're going to criticize me right. But I do have plans I just haven't had time to do anything lately. So I do have plans. And it's worse now because I was trying to find that camera, which I did find, and hopefully that camera works.
We should find out.
And I had 2 of them, and I don't know where the other one is. I don't know if that's the one that worked or didn't work, but it is.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So, all right. That's about it.
Good show, Mike.
Yeah, a lot of fun. All right. Well, let me get to where is it at? Need the shoot. Where's the other? The exit. No, there it is. Okay, there it is. Okay. I'll talk to you guys next week, and have a good one. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Goodbye, everyone.
It's been a while. We've been together since way back when.
might not make noise if we put that back on. I figured out what the noise was with the screen on it, or I kept losing you, like you would talk and it would sound like you're like doing this. But I figured that out on here. But by then I made a change and I told you to take the screen off. Yeah, put it back on. I wasn't going to tell you that. I don't know if it's noise though, because I gotta listen to the playback and see if it was on there too. It may not have been. I may have had it turned up in the headphones.